He said, damn, only one here. That was the last song, but I got to switch to audio. I got to switch to audio. All right. All right. Good morning, every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily facts and stats show. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until a slow start in here. Well, hopefully some of my college basketball folks slide through. Tez, West, BJ, whoever, Dane, whoever, so we can kick off the show that way. Something was telling me go playback today, but either way, I'm still grateful to being here, and hopefully more people will eventually come in here. But like I was saying, welcome back to another daily Facts and Stats show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until today. I'll probably assume like 3 hours or somewhere in that ballpark. As y'all can see floating on the bottom of the screen, welcome to the best show in the world. Truly appreciate all the support. Truly appreciate everybody that's in here. Y'all know the routine by now. If you are new, make sure you all like this video. I think the most likes that we got on a live stream, probably about 55 likes so far. Also, comment. I read every single comment for the most part. On top of that, no matter who you know, who it is, share the live stream out. Share Facts and Stats out to whoever. I'm gonna let them know about the Facts and Stats platform, what we're doing here on a day-to-day basis. We talk about the NBA, we talk about the NFL, college basketball, women's and men's, college football, baseball, WNBA, etc. So we talk about all of that inside of Facts and Stats. So make sure you tell a friend about Facts and Stats. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you all subscribe to Facts and Stats platform. Again, live every single day, consistently, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm being consistent in that aspect. On top of that, there's 4 different ways you can extend your support for Facts and Stats. You can become a member on the YouTube side, a member of the YouTube Facts and Stats YouTube community. Shout out to all the members that I have so far. It's 3 different levels you can join as when it comes to joining a membership. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And you must be on a desktop to join. That's the easiest way that I know. I know some ways it's possible on the phone. I don't know too much about that way, but I know on the desktop you can do it. It's pretty easy. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers throughout the show. No matter the amount, I don't mind. I'll be thankful regardless. Here, Ev, $3. You did a great job today. $7, $10, etc. So I appreciate all the extended support, whether you become a member, whether you send a super chat, whether you send a super sticker, whenever. Don't matter to me. Next, on top of that, you have the Facts and Stats Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Typically, when I record podcast episodes, I distribute clips of the episode to those platforms. Literally all 3 of those platforms. I am recording an episode today, actually. That's another reason why the show probably won't go too long with me lollygagging around. Pretty much going to be straightforward today. So I'll be recording an episode today around the NFL and what's going on and things of that nature. And y'all will see who my guest is a little later on. Outside of checking out Facts and Stats on other platforms, you can always check out the Facts and Stats website. Apparel is always available, factsandstats.us, factsandstats.us. And again, there will be a Black Friday sale this Friday. There will be a Black Friday sale this Friday all day. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as well. If anybody wants to dive in and sort of kind of look and see what the website looks like. I lost it. Hold on. I lost it, y'all. My bad. Yeah, I can't find it. I lost it. I lost the tab. I'm burnt. All right, here it is. But this is what the website looks like. You have all your hoodies here available. Bray, what's good, Bray? Sly, what's good? You got all your hoodies here available. All these hoodies will be marked down this Friday. And then also you have items that are already on sale that is ready to be shipped today as well. You have shirts that are all on sale for as low as $15. And I only literally have like 10 shirts left. 10 or 12 shirts left. So if you are in here, you don't got a Facts and Stats shirt, you can start there. I know it's a little winter time. I know it's winter time. Or if you want to wait till Black Friday and get you a hoodie, that's fine as well. Coming up in 2 days. So yeah, next after that, the Facts and Stats Playback Room. That's where we at every single night. Every single night. And if the show is not posted on YouTube, it's probably being held on Playback, playback.tv/facts and stats. Playback is a platform that I got a partnership with an app you can easily download. It costs $0. $0 to download that app and join the Facts and Stats Playback Room. What does it look like? And I'm doing the same thing I do now on YouTube on Playback. I typically have my camera on, whether I'm hosting, sometimes doing watch parties, but it looks like this. Playback Room has 1,553 members in there. So that's amazing. And like I said, we just watch NBA games in there. So I have a couple of scheduled for tonight already. Heat Hornets at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Also got the Knicks and the Mavericks scheduled at 7:30. Kings, Timberwolves at 8. And then Lakers and Spurs at 8:30, and etc. We're going to be closing that night out inside of Playback with the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Golden State Warriors. Excuse me. So that's what it's going to be looking like today. And again, we're in Playback every single night. Every single night we're in Playback. That's playback.tv/facts and stats. Remember, it's free to sign up and join the room, and it's an app you can easily download. So make sure you all join Facts and Stats on the Playback Room or in the Playback Room every single night. Next, the Facts and Stats Gambling Discord. Whoever gambles, feel like they're good at gambling, love to gamble, whatever the case may be. Love to gamble, whatever the case may be. Feel free to join the Facts and Stats Gambling Discord. That link should be in the description on this video or attached to the page. So that's the easiest way to join. Anybody can join. Anybody can share their plays. It don't matter for me at all. So that's what the Facts and Stats Gambling Discord looks like. That's what the website looks like. Make sure you all like this video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the few that's in here so far. And more importantly, if you're not a member, sign up, join and become a member of the Facts and Stats YouTube community side. Greatly appreciated. And then the first thing, I don't know who's in here. I don't know if anybody even gambled yesterday. I'm gonna assume somebody in here had to gamble. I personally didn't. Yeah, I personally didn't. So I'm gonna start with the regular, but again, I don't think any of y'all. I'm not sure who's in here. I can't see who's in here. Did anybody in here gamble or anything yesterday? Did anybody in here get sold by a leg or two or whatever the case may be? Anybody that's in here? Josiah, good morning. KD sold you. You needed 24. He had 23. That's a bad one. That's a bad one. I think Chad might be the only one. I think Chad might be the only one there from a gambling perspective. So we're gonna go ahead and move. I'm gonna try to hold it down as long as possible. But it was too many good games on yesterday. Too many good games. Hold on, let me Milo. Sit. No, sit. Don't move. Don't move. No. You don't listen, bro. Wolves and Lakers from Shaggy. I feel like you bet OG on that. I don't really know, to be honest. My bad, y'all. All right, so yeah. NCAA, the college basketball games from yesterday, man. We had a hell of a day. Yesterday. Super duper hard to watch all the games at the same time for me personally. And the bad thing about it for me was that I couldn't YouTube TV. I couldn't multi-screen the games that I wanted to multi-screen. You know how YouTube TV is sometimes, where they don't let you put certain broadcasts with the other broadcasts in your little thing. So I couldn't watch the freaking I couldn't watch the Houston Alabama game with the Duke and Kansas game. I couldn't do that at the same time. So I literally had to have 3 screens up yesterday. I had my iPad. My iPad had the Duke and Kansas game. My other monitor had the Alabama and Houston game, and then my TV for the most part, or my TV, my other monitor had the freaking Heat and who did we just lose to last night? I had a brain fart that bad. I quit. Who did we just lose to last night? And I just watched the game. How the fuck I forget that fast? Dang, I'm that. That's crazy. How I forget that fast? Who we played last night? Terry Rozier missed the jump. Who was that we just played? The Bucks. Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe I just did. I watched that whole game. So yeah, and on my other monitor, I had the Heat, the Bucks, and Dame went crazy. My bad. Heat and the Bucks and the Wolves and the Rockets. I had the Rockets winning that game coming into that game though. Having said like, hey, if you don't, you must not like money. Nah, I mean, at some point you got to face reality. And one thing I can say on record, and y'all been hearing nothing but me. Y'all been hearing me say nothing but positive words about the Rockets for the past week. But I can say right now, the Rockets are coming. The Rockets are coming, and they coming because of one guy. That's Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson. They're coming because of one guy. They are coming. They are coming. As soon as next year, he'll probably be the best player on that team. Probably be the best player on that team. Or after next season, he 1,000% be the best player on that team. OG, that's over Sengun. It's over Jalen Green, OG. He will be y'all best player on y'all team probably as soon as next season. So yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. You can say the Rockets are blasting off. So I'm gonna dive into some of the games from yesterday. It started off with, and again, I did not get to see this finish, but it started off with UConn versus Colorado. They played, I want to say 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm box score watching, debating if I'm gonna watch the game or not, because we were still in playback. I'm box score watching, debating if I'm gonna watch the game. I see UConn was up like 40 to 27, 40 to 25, something like that. I'm like, all right, they got it. I'm probably not gonna tap it. I'm like, all right, they got it. Probably. Can y'all hear that noise, by the way? Can y'all hear that noise above me? It's like a noise above me. Can y'all hear that? T-Wolves, Buns, Bum Randall. Hold on, y'all. Milo, chill. She's talking about Shaggy. He said, fight through the screen. Nah, that joint too loud. That joint too loud. All right. Anyways, yeah, UConn and Colorado, like I said, so as you see at halftime, it was 40 to 32 in favor of Connecticut. I swear when I box score checked, it was like 40 to 25 or something like that. Okay, so 40, their largest lead was 11. So 40, 25, 40, 27 is not true, but their largest lead was 11. I thought they had it. They was coming off of a bad loss against damn, bro, my or they was coming off a bad loss against Memphis. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart on some of these games. My mind's all over the place. Against Memphis, I'm thinking they're going to come out and storm by Colorado. Colorado does not have the team that they had last year. Townsend, I believe, transferred to Arizona, and then Cody Williams obviously went to the league. Colorado, they got the win 73 to 72. I don't know about too many players on this Colorado team, so I'm gonna look at this box score real quick so I sort of kind of remember some names when it comes down to the crunch time. They're 5-1 to start the season. And Elijah Malone, he had 16 points. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he had 12 points with 10 rebounds. And then Julian Hammond came in with 16 points as well. So looks like it was an overall good effort from Colorado from a floor and 3-point perspective. They struggled at the free throw line. They were 18 for 28. Ultimately, still pulled out the win, obviously. And then they outscored it. They had a big second half. McNeely, UConn's top recruit, came in, had a good outing again. 4 for 6 from 3, finished with 20 points. Solo ball, the guy that Ted was talking about, had 16, was 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. And ultimately, I mean, I can't say too much on what happened. I think it was like an over the back call or something like that. I think it was an over the back call that they were saying in the playback chat. And yeah, Hurley is the guy that turned down the money from the Lakers. That is him. So yeah, man, Connecticut or UConn, back-to-back disappointing losses, you can say, in a sense, for a team of that standard. It's the first time they lost to, I think it's the first time that they lost to 2 unranked teams, by the way, back to back under Dan Hurley. So it is what it is, man. Shout out to Colorado. Shout out to the Buffs, man. Next game, it was, I think it was Iowa State versus Dayton that started. Yeah, Iowa State versus Dayton. Iowa State got the win 89-84. I seen 1 or 2 clips from this game when some guy had a tough layup, like between 2 defenders down the stretch of that game. 89-84. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. 89-84. Looked like they were down in the first half as well. Both teams had 9-point leads in this game. So both teams had 9-point leads in this game. Yeah, he definitely did cost him that Memphis game with that late tech. With the tie game, he got that late tech, by the way, too. But for Iowa, though, Iowa State, Keyshawn Gilbert followed up with another good game that he had 2 days ago. He had 24 points, led them in scoring, and Curtis Jones came off the bench and had 19 points with 3 for 6 from 3. And that pretty much were the 2 guys that led the way for Iowa State. As far as Dayton, who dropped to 5-2 on the year, they had 4 different guys scoring double figures, same as Iowa State. Malachi Smith, Cheeks, Key, and Santos, 12, 15, 16, and 22 points for them. Dayton struggled from the 3-point line. Both teams struggled from the 3-point line in this game. Goodness. Iowa State just converted on more free throws and also had less turnovers. So Iowa State converted on more free throws and also had less turnovers in this one. I wonder, what does Iowa State advance to? I need to see the Maui Invitational bracket. The Maui Invitational bracket. I need to see that bracket. I gotta find that bracket on Twitter in a second. Black, you an Iowa State fan? This next game was a game that I more so watched, I can say. Obviously, I'm watching so many different screens at the same time. But this next game was a game that I can say I more so watched than the previous 2. We had Alabama versus Houston. Alabama versus Houston was I graduated from Iowa State last year. Shout out to you, bro. Alabama versus Houston was a really, 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 really good game. 2 competitive teams going at it. It was a really good game. At one point, it felt like Houston was going to pull away. At another point, it felt like Alabama was going to pull away. And you know, both players or both teams hit shots or either got to the line and converted on points for the team. Mark Sears, I want to highlight him in this game. I know he's 4 for 13, but I mean, every single 3 that he hit was like a big 3, especially when he hit late down the stretch in that game for Alabama. Grant Nelson. For me, he worked hard yesterday. He was crashing the glass yesterday. He was getting to the free throw line yesterday, and he was exactly what Bama needed down low. Ultimately, he had 4 offensive rebounds in that game. Iowa State Colorado game for the 5th spot. He had 4 offensive rebounds in that game, 13 points. Latrell, Right Sale. They had a couple of guys that had good games, bro. Aiden Holloway came off the bench. Their transfer from Auburn had 14 points. And then when you look at Houston, I think Emmanuel fouled out. Yeah, Emmanuel fouled out, and another starter fouled out. And then Juwan, they damn their whole starting 5 was in foul trouble. LJ had a really good first half, I feel like, especially earlier in the second half as well. And then he started to like flame out. Finished 9 for 26 overall in the game. Was perfect from the free throw line, though. He tried his hardest, I feel like. He had 30 points in general. And like I said, I feel like Bama was just dealing with major foul trouble, and then LJ just flamed out. He started off strong, was having a good game, just missed too many shots from the floor overall, especially the late shot towards the end of the game as well. So Houston, they lost to 2 top-ranked teams at the time when they played them. They lost to Auburn last week and they lost to Alabama this week. I think the Auburn game was last week when I watched it, and Alabama this week. Melo fouled out with 3 minutes left, and yeah, I remember when Emmanuel fouled out. I remember when he fouled out. So yeah, it was a tough game overall. Like I said, both teams felt like they were gonna make a pull or a stretch to win the games, and yeah. OG said they need a lead guard. Ari, this is a cohesive team offensively. At least she's saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Somebody asked me like during the game who I had winning. I had Bama winning that game. I did familiar team, both sides on both sides actually. But like I said, Sierra just hit some big shots down the stretch of that game, and you guys are just in buku foul trouble. Honestly, buku foul trouble. So yeah, man, tough loss for Houston. That was that 85-80 in that one. Excuse me. Tez ain't in here. I wish Tez was in here. Tez can probably give y'all. There's no one to help orchestrate the offense or help with playmaking. I can't stand watching LJ. I'm sorry. Ari don't rock with him either. Ari don't rock with him either. And I'm not mad at y'all, bro. But I'm also not mad at him for his performance that he had yesterday, though. Yeah, offense leaves a lot to do. Yeah, offense leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, 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 yeah. Emmanuel or LJ are not point guards. They're not. Neither one of them guys are point guards, bro. Like neither one of them guys are point guards. Emmanuel shot like 8 threes. I felt like yesterday. I did not even look at his box score. He was pulling them joints. Oh, so he was 2 for 6 from three. LJ was 2 for 8. Yeah, y'all don't have a point guard. Neither one of those guys are point guards. Look, and you can see it. Y'all had 8 assists total as a team. And Brandon, y'all starters combined for 4 assists. Literally, both your guards had 3 assists combined. I don't have no point guard. I have nobody that's going to help orchestrate and run the offense. Ari is spot on with that. Like literally spot on.
Okay. I didn't talk yesterday because I was really freaking annoyed because I knew I knew how that game was gonna go from seeing how he was gonna start off. Um, I don't. Emmanuel isn't. We didn't. We didn't sign or recruit Emmanuel to be a point guard. He was
Right.
always supposed to be the two guard. He was always supposed to be the shooting guard, the off ball player who shoots. But Emmanuel's never been a playmaker. If you go back and watch him in high school, that wasn't his game. He's the shooter on the team. He can shoot the threes. He can, he has a good mid range for the most part, all that stuff, and he can get to the line. That's Emmanuel's game. But he was recruited. This is where Terrence Arsenault's injury last year really, and I tell people that and they didn't really believe me. Terrence Arsenault's injury last year really threw things off because how Sampson does his point guards is the year before he knows he's going to need a new point guard. He always has the dude that he knows that is going to replace the point guard or the main guard, whatever you want to call them, always as that two guard or the three guard. They're learning, kind of taking on some responsibilities, getting experience, but not in that role yet. And he develops them throughout the season. That way, when it's time for them to take over that following season, they have the experience. They know how to play make. They have experience in different positions, all of that stuff. He did it with Sasser and Shed. Sasser sat behind Nate Hinton. Marcus sat behind Nate Hinton. It was supposed to be him and Tremont. And then it went, Tremont left, and it became him and, well, Shed stepped up. Tremont got hurt. Shed stepped up, and then Marcus got hurt, and Shed stepped up. And it became Marcus and Jamal.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Jamal and Terrence and Emmanuel last year. That was supposed to be our guard trio. Those three dudes, because he knew He knew Terrence was going to have to be the playmaker and the smart guy, the point guard, the playmaker, the one that helps set up the offense, because that's not Emmanuel's game. But it was a good yin and yang, very much the way that it was with Jamal and Marcus. People don't realize this, but like Marcus was not our like primary point guard when it was him and Jamal. It was always Jamal because Jamal was the better playmaker. Not saying that Marcus couldn't, but Marcus was better being able to be free and off ball and cause havoc, you know? So when Terrence got hurt last year, it threw everything off because now he couldn't prepare another guard. His guard that he was going to have to come in and take over, that dude went away. So he gets an LJ who was never supposed to again be our point guard. He was somebody that could play point, but he was never supposed to be our point guard. And then he has to be put in a role where he had to be the point guard. So now he has all of the experience. Terrence is essentially a freshman coming in, and you can't put him in the role to be the point guard. He can't lead the offense because he's still trying to get experience of playing college ball. And then you have LJ, who really should never be a point guard, should not be the one carrying out and orchestrating your offense, being put in that position, which is why this offseason he went and got Milo from Oklahoma. Well, guess what? Milo's ass can't stay out of foul trouble. Both games, within the game versus Auburn, he fouled out with 7 minutes left in the game. The game last night, he fouled out with 3 minutes left in the game. Both games, he had to sit. He sat like 30 minutes because he was in foul trouble early. He's supposed to be the point guard. He's supposed to be the guy because he had experience being like the actual point at Oklahoma. It's why he went and got him. We didn't get Milo just because we need another shooter, but we got him because he was supposed to take that pressure off of LJ because he has a better sight. He has better sight, in my opinion, and he can set people up better, in my opinion, than LJ does. But he can't stay on the fucking court. He's not there to do it in these big moments, which is why I get so frustrated because I'm like, if this comes down to LJ, LJ ain't gonna set nobody up. LJ is going to force a shot or he's gonna turn the ball over. That's why that I get who he is as a player. He's not consistent enough for me to like him. He is short, OG. He is short. He does not play defense the way that I personally like our players to play defense, in my very strong opinion. Um, but he's not a Samson guy, but he's on the team. And he just doesn't I don't think he understands how to get his and still make sure everybody else gets theirs. And like Emmanuel's never going to be that guy. Terrence right now is not in that position. Mercy has the talent, but again, that's a freshman. Um, it's just no experience. No one experienced enough to help come and facilitate the offense. And I I didn't have super duper high hopes for us coming into the season, quite frankly. I thought we'd be good. I didn't think we would be last year. I didn't think that we'd be anything that we were the past few years, quite frankly. Um, I would consider making the Sweet 16 a win for us this year because I just don't think offensively we have the cohesion and the flow enough to really keep up when it matters because it goes so cold. And it's kind of what we saw at the end of last year when the game versus Duke when Jamal got hurt. The offense died. It went away. It was non-existent because we just didn't have dudes that could create and that could be an engine. Milo again, they say Milo's supposed to be that guy. I haven't been able to see it really because he ain't on the court when it matters. So, and that's another thing. And I'm really sitting up here rapping. I'm kind of ranting, but that's another thing. Samson's teams are physical, but we're never sloppy. Samson's teams are incredibly disciplined. It's something that frustrates teams that we can play physical against you and not get the foul calls because we know how to play right. And we're also not sloppy. As many turnovers as I saw yesterday, the fouling that I saw yesterday, I'm like, what are y'all doing, bro? Y'all aren't disciplined. Y'all don't have your head on. Y'all don't understand what's needed to play against some teams that are going to be physical, like in Alabama, like in Auburn. You don't have that. And so like we don't do that. Like even in the areas where like we've never really gotten shooters like that, it's just those things that like, and OG, I don't know if he's in the chat still. I'm not really looking, but it's those things that I think ultimately end up holding us back. Like the lack of shooting has literally been UH this entire time. We actually should have more shooters. This roster should have more shooters than our other rosters because Milo should be able to shoot, E-Man should be able to shoot, Mercy should be able to shoot, LJ, if he's consistent, should be able to shoot. So we should actually have scorers in ways that we did not have previously. Them niggas just ain't. To me, they ain't got that dog in them. They're not hungry. They're not smart. They don't play smart in their defense. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, well, they held Alabama to 36% from field." Okay, cool, but y'all are sloppy, so I still don't like it. But I see OG up here, so I'll accept it.
No, I think you said everything. I ain't got a whole lot to add. I just wanted to talk about Samson for a second. I think because I've been saying this for a couple of years now. Me and my dad, because my dad a bigger U of H fan than me. But Samson gonna have to. He gonna have to start. I mean, he totally commits to the defensive side of the ball, and he get guys to run through brick walls, dive on the ground, lock up, pick up 94 feet, do all that shit. He does a great job of that. He gonna have to figure out his two sides of the ball though. And I think for the last few years, he's had Sasser and Shed, and even before you talked about Hinton too. But he's had Sasser and Shed, and at the end of the day, he could go get a bucket or go make a play. At some point, he gonna have to start either recruiting guys that can create their own shot and get their own and build an offense around it. Or make sure you got the lead guard in place at all times. Because right now, man, I love Samson because I love defense first. That's my shit. I love defense first. But at the same time, you can't be lacking on the offensive side just every year after year. And
Yeah,
I know your defense is going to contribute to your offense. You're going to be able to get out and run, create easy shots, get layups, and all that shit. But when you can't do that, when the other team is putting the pressure on you from an offensive standpoint, and you can't get stops, and you got to take it out the net, and you got to run a half court set, I don't have no confidence in that shit. Where's it gonna come
nope.
from? Where's it gonna come from? Tremont Mark is the one for me that he let get away. I don't know if he and I think, and I don't know how you feel about this, Ari, but
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if guards don't really want to come play for Samson if you're not built a certain way. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
wonder if he gives them, if they feel like he's gonna come in and give them enough freedom to play their game from an offensive standpoint. Coach, I'll do everything you want from that
Mm-hmm.
end on the
Well,
defensive
I
side, but are you
think
gonna give me the freedom to go out and do what I do from an offensive standpoint? Because I feel like
I think
whenever
he
I watch him
does.
play, I feel like guys be like, whenever they fuck up offensively
Mm-hmm.
or they take a bad shot or whatever, I feel like guys. I don't know. I feel the heat. I feel like
Yeah.
Samson is because as soon as you fuck up off that nigga running down the
Yeah. Yeah.
sideline,
He's
jumping up,
losing his shit.
pulling his shirt off,
Yeah.
pulling the hair out of his head, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't play like that, bro. I mean, if you gonna want me to commit to that side of the ball for you, coach, you got to give me a
You gotta
little
let me do
rope
my
too,
thing.
man. Yeah, give me
I'll
a little
speak to
rope.
I'll speak to 2 points because the Tremont point, and I actually was saying this last year to BJ and Tez, when he had went to Arkansas and everything. Tremont wasn't a "you're not gonna let me do what I want to do" type of fit. Tremont, just like I was saying, Sampson kind of always has his point guard in waiting and then his point guard. So you have like his main guy, and then you have the guy that's going to be his main guy the next year as like your two guard or your three guard, right? Just in waiting, but you're not taking that over. When Tremont got hurt, because remember, Tremont got hurt kind of like 2 years in a row. He just played through that Final Four series, but he had came back late. Not Final Four, Elite Eight series. He had came back during the season, but like during the season, he had gotten hurt. That following season is when him and Marcus both end up getting hurt. What happened is he got salty because he was supposed to be the guy. I remember when Jamal got on the team. And I was like, dang, this gonna be who we got, after Marcus leave and Quentin leave, because this was still when Quentin was still there. When Quentin leave and Nate leaves, because this is when Nate was still there, and Deaky leaves and all of them. I was like, that's gonna be who's left because I didn't really see it for Jamal. Well, Jamal had to grow quick when Marcus went down, and then Tremont went down and everything, and he grew into a player that I don't think anybody expected him to grow into from like a playmaking standpoint, he was always a good defensive player. But on the offensive side of the ball, he grew into a much better player than I think anybody thought he was going to be. And being able to set up an offense and really like be a floor general in that sense. And essentially, long story short, Tremon's spot got taken. So Samson was like, okay, welcome. We're happy to have you back after Marcus left, but you're not going to be our primary point guard. That is going to be Jamal, and you're going to play the role that you've been playing with Marcus. Two guard, secondary guy. Sometimes you'll have the ball in your hand, but like other times you won't. That'll primarily be Jamal's role. And he didn't like it because that's not what he signed up for. So he left. Now, to your point about guards not wanting to play for Sampson, yes, Sampson is like a bit, out there and um demonstrative, you could say, like with like how his actions and his reactions and everything. But he let guards do what he do because that's why he got LJ. That nigga ain't consistent for shit. He missed shots all the goddamn time. Samson don't take his ass out. There's times I wish Samson took him out. Take him out the game. Put his ass on the bench. He don't. And he
He ain't
did it
got
all
no
throughout the
choice though.
tournament. Exactly. But the thing is that it's kind of gonna be what it is. Same thing with Manuel. He don't be sitting in Manuel and the Manuel just be jacking shit up. And he even said it after the Auburn game. He said, I want them to be more aggressive offensively. I want them to just go and take the shots because you can make them and keep taking them until one of them falls in. So I think he's kind of adjusted that. I just don't think, where where you will or should have a point or probably do have a point is that I don't think some of these younger guards are wanting to come in and play defense the way that he's wanting you to do. And that's something he will bench you for. If you don't play defense, if you shooting that shit, but you're not playing defense, yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna bench you.
and and,
Absolutely.
and Sasser was built. Sasser from around here, he played for one of the toughest AAU programs. So, and that's all they did was just stay. The nigga he played for in AAU was exactly how Sampson is. Just yell all the time and just demanded defense and that type of shit. So it was an easy transition for him. I think
Hmm.
Shed was kind of unnoticed coming out. What he from? Ain't he from Pearland,
He
Manville,
from
or somewhere?
Manor. He's
Man,
from
okay,
Manor, right outside
yeah.
of Austin.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure, but I think he, I don't, I think he was probably, he had to work for what he got too, right? So I think those guys are
Hmm.
kind of cut from that cloth. They don't mind being in the mud, but some of these guys that might be able to do something from you off for you offensively, and may need to work from a defensive standpoint. I think some of those
Hmm.
guys, I think they just gonna probably take their talents elsewhere. I don't think they want to deal with having to deal with Samson in that way. I don't know. I just haven't seen enough come through, to be honest with you. And it almost makes me feel like there's a perception of Samson out there from a guard standpoint. Like if you
Hmm.
built a certain way, I think you can come in and you don't have a problem with it. But if you one of
Hmm.
those more finesse type niggas, I don't know if he can attract those kind of guys. I don't know though, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm getting tired of the problem being the
The
offense for
offense.
U of H.
Hmm.
That's just
I
always the
agree.
problem, the offense. So
Can't score. Can't score when it's needed. Can't score efficiently.
yeah.
Stagnant offense. I agree with you. People are saying this. I haven't really looked into any of the like more recent recruits we just signed. I know we signed a Ted said he was the number one center
Oh
in
yeah,
this
we did.
upcoming class,
Yeah.
Christina this
Mm-hmm.
year. So I know Sampson has 3 5-star recruits. I think one of them is a guard, and then a 3 or 4-star recruit. I can't remember what Fleming's rating was, but he's getting, he's getting top recruits. It'll be interesting to see. And I know Mercy was a pretty highly touted recruit. I think he might have been like a 3-star or 4-star guy. I think maybe a 4-star guy. Mercy was a top recruit, and he's gonna for sure be here next year. So I think this might be one of the last years I think that we see this kind of ball being played. OG to this extent.
Yeah, this shit because
Um,
this shit ain't finna win that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
no, I don't.
This
This no, this
yeah,
style is not gonna win. Not
this
if
ain't gonna
we don't
win.
have the height. You can't do this and not be tall.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I think we're even more challenged offensively. I think he's gonna have to live in that transfer portal and get 4 or 5 year
yeah.
guys. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
hard nosed dudes with a year left, still trying to make a
Hmm.
mark experience. That's what he's gonna have to live from his point guard perspective. I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that's probably
remember Sasser was a transfer. Marcus wasn't originally recruited here.
where did he come from?
He came from like a smaller school. But he was a transfer because I was like, oh, because he came in right when Armani surprised everybody and decided to declare, which I
No, I
still
think he. I
think is
think
a
he. That's where I
mistake.
think. I think they recruited him. I think he came in as a
Really?
freshman. I'm pretty certain of
One
that.
of them was a transfer,
Him
either
or him or
Marcus or Shed. One of them was a transfer because I remember being like, dang, he really went into this transfer portal and got crazy. He went a little crazy. Oh, that's what it is. He joined us. Okay. He joined the team late. He wasn't a transfer. He just joined the
okay.
team late. Okay, that makes some sense.
Because I remember
Um
when they got him, I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect fit. That nigga,
mhm,
that's a perfect fit for who Samson is and who Marcus is.
mhm,
Marcus ain't gonna have no problem getting down in the stands, playing defense, picking up 94 feet, and ain't gonna, ain't gonna get his feelings hurt. You can
mhm.
cuss him out, do whatever. And he's just gonna be, yeah, all right, I got you, coach. He one of them kind of niggas. So I remember that. I said that's a perfect fit for a coach. But yeah,
Yep.
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see for sure. You talk about the other games now, if I just wanted to come rap about UH.
Man, that was some good talks, Mo.
You ain't
Love
got
her.
nothing to add, Lo?
Hell nah. I mean, I watched a little bit of it towards the end. It was a good game. I was rooting for Houston. I don't even know why either. Like I really just be. I'll be honest.
Cause of me,
I was.
nigga.
You
Cause
can
of
Yeah, I
say
me,
was
because
just
of
nigga.
I was just
us.
rooting for Houston because of y'all. Honestly, because of our.
You could just say that. I was losing it
Yeah,
in the chat last night. Oh yeah, you can just say that. It's because of us. That's fine.
yeah. What I say? You feel me? I was rocking with Houston. I hoped y'all win, but I guess towards the end, bro, it was just. I think they was
I
just
knew the moment we went into
y'all couldn't
overtime, we were
score and they
losing.
did, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the overtime was like they couldn't, y'all couldn't score, and
Nope.
it's only but so much defense you can play realistically, bro. Like
Yeah.
especially when
Especially with your big still being in foul trouble. Like both Jawan
exactly,
and JoJo were still in foul trouble. Like I think JoJo was at 4 and Jawan was at 3. So like you're already out 2 starters in Milo and E-Man. You can't go out your big. That's for sure what we done got no backups of. Bigs. It's
exactly.
just Javier. So them niggas couldn't go out.
And
Yeah.
then I think you also you said it best like last season or maybe I guess the season past
Mhm,
y'all were and I don't know how you want to just chalk this up to. I don't know what your explanation for this want to be, but
mhm.
y'all were playing a lot of jail ball. Let me stop saying jail ball. My bad. Y'all were playing aggressive, and y'all weren't getting foul calls.
Yes.
So I think last night y'all just. I mean, when you play aggressive, bro, I think some nights is just the refs is gonna be on your side. Some nights they not, bro.
I mean, Bama shot 43 free throws.
Yeah.
I mean, they had
Like,
40 free throw attempts.
at
Like,
that, like exactly, you give a team a 40 point head start. It's like what you.
like,
It's
what do
only
you
but so much
expect
you
at that
could do.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is what it is. It just is what it is. I'll be interested to see how this team transforms by the time it gets into conference play. Because the Big 12 is the Big 12 when it comes to basketball. So it'll be interesting to see what whatever remaining games they have in December, um, how they in January, how they adjust, um, not January, but in December, how they adjust and grow offensively. Um, by the time it's time to play in conference. Because if they take this shit into the Big 12, baby, I got bad news. Bad,
Yeah.
bad news.
I was about to say y'all, you guys got to work on a consistent offense, and
Yeah.
I want to also say in fouling. I mean, in defense without fouling, but it's, the way y'all mean by say some teams you got to take what come with playing with their hands, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You got to take what come with
Hmm.
it. You got to be a little bit smarter, of course. Maybe use your bodies. Maybe use some bodies on the bench a little bit better.
Hmm.
But other than that, bro, you just got to play how you play, bro.
Agreed. You're muted.
My
F.
bad. I didn't know I was muted. But yeah, I was saying shout out to UNOG for coming up here and
And I'm
talking
still
about.
disgusted at Kentucky, by the way.
Hey, it is what it is, bro. I don't know what do I. I think they fell like 3 points short, probably 3 or 4 points short.
It felt
Uh,
like, yeah,
we
something like
should have
that.
should have covered though. No funny, but yeah, Tez probably watch more of that game than I did. I had to get my little brother as soon as that game started. But shout out to Alabama. They moved to 5-1 on the season. And then next we had and I don't know if we're gonna do power rankings today, bro. If we're gonna do power rankings today, it'll be next week Wednesday. I don't know if it's gonna be today. By the feel of the show, I'm by the feel of the room right now. Duke at Kansas was next. The night closed out with Auburn and North Carolina and Rutgers and Notre Dame. Hell of a game, by the way. That Rutgers game was wow. But Duke and Kansas, Kansas got the win 75-72.
Damn, Kansas ended up winning that game.
Yeah, bro.
That's tough.
Main things to point out, really. Hunter got ejected from the game, kicked the guy. And Kansas was still able to get the win without him.
My bad. Was it that Cooper Flag turnover towards the end that sealed the loss?
It was Cooper Flag turnover what he did, and then their other best guy, Khan, also had a turnover as well. So both of their best players had turnovers down the stretch of the game.
Coop got to work on that, bro. That's twice now I seen him in the big game turn the ball over down the stretch, bro.
Yeah, so that's literally all I was going to point out. Overall, it was a good game, though. Kansas started off pretty good in the first, especially in the first 10 minutes, I want to say. I want to say their biggest lead probably was like 12 or 13. Let me check. Yeah, their biggest lead was 13. I picked out 13 was 26-13, actually, as I was watching the game. Yeah, Big Hunt definitely deserved to get kicked out that game. That was wild. To kick a dude because he being physical with you was a little crazy for me. But Zeke Mayo hit some tough buckets for them down the stretch of that game. Juwan Harris looked like what he typically has been looking like the past couple of seasons in Kansas. He had 14-9 last night with 3 steals. And overall, man, it was just still it come down to Duke having an opportunity to win the game, but basically selling. Your two best players can't do that. Coop can't turn his basketball back to the basket and turn the ball over again, and Khan can't drive into the paint and try to jump pass at the same time as well. Like I don't know. They both just made bad plays overall in that game. Khan also struggled from the field and 3. He was over 8 from 3, 14 from the field. And Jordan Woods is not. He told me he's not here right now. Jordan Woods is busy with work, so that's why Jordan Woods is not in here. He's 1-3 on record. But yeah, I mean, other than that, outside of Cooper and Khan, bright spots for Duke though. Bright spots for Duke. Malik Brown and what's his name is Sion James. They both was good for them off the bench yesterday. Tyrese Proctor also was 5 for 7 from the field, 5 for 7 from 3. He only shot 3-point shots yesterday. He had 15, 6, and 2 and 2 steals. So when you have a young team like Duke has, obviously it's going to be a lot of growing pains for them throughout the regular season. They started 3 freshmen, and Tyrese and Caleb. Caleb, I want to say, is a sophomore, and I want to say Tyrese is a junior now. I think Tyrese came back twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Tyrese came back twice. Tyrese is a junior. So one junior, one sophomore, and the rest 3 freshmen. And it's a little tough for them because their 2 best players are both freshmen. So they're going to make, like Good just typed in the chat, young player mistakes. I'm glad they're getting it out earlier in the season. That's the main bright spot that you can point out and say for them. They know they have a good team. They know they have good prospects. They know they have good guys. But those moments, those bright moments, those lights, when it's really bright on a college basketball level, it's not high school, it's not AAU. On the college basketball level, sometimes players just mess up. Sometimes players just make mistakes. Sometimes they just have costly turnovers. And that's pretty much what that game came down to, especially down the stretch of that game. Kansas have the experience. Kansas have guys that can step and make plays. Duke is inexperienced, and Duke has guys that's probably going to fold in big moments. And when March rolls around, when February rolls around, or maybe even conference play rolls around, Duke will probably be they will be a better team by then. So Cooper Flag, the projected number 1 pick in the draft, had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists with a steal. Was 5 for 9 from the field overall. I think Kansas played great defense on Coop. Coop obviously had a couple of big slams, particularly his last one down the paint. So he showed his athleticism, showed his versatility in that game. But Kansas overall, they held him to 9 field goal attempts. So I think that's a win for Kansas on top of winning the game without Hunter Dickinson finishing the game. So to win that game without your best player, it's pretty good. And Kansas moved to 6-0. They came in as the number 1 team in the rankings. They beat. I feel like they played Michigan State this year. They beat Michigan State. They beat North Carolina, and they beat Duke. So they beat Duke and North Carolina, bro. I mean, I don't really got nothing bad to say about Kansas. A well-built team, and you know they're gonna be one of the teams for sure. When you get to the nitty-gritty of the Elite Eights, when you think of the Final Fours, you can probably think of Kansas being there at the end. Louisville, that's a game on right now. Baylor play. Oh, there's some games coming on. Hold on. Auburn and Memphis, Texas A&M and Creighton, MSU and UNC. Ooh, Rutgers and Alabama play tonight. That's gonna be a good game. So yeah, I'm gonna save the Auburn game for last. But coming up, man. I mean, this game, this was a hell of a game. This was a hell of a game. This was a hell of a game. Hold on, where's that game at? Hell of a game. Rutgers versus Notre Dame. Game finished 85-84. You had to be up at 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. to catch this game. You had to be up late to catch this game. I was up late. Good game just for me wanting to see the two guys ball out good. That's all. Ace Billy didn't have his best game yesterday, but Dylan Harper looked like why he is going to be a top 3 pick in the draft. I know West feels like he could potentially be 2. But it's no issue to anybody that think that way. For me, Dylan stepped up last night big time, especially when Ace Billy was 4 for 12 from the field. Dylan had his best game of his short career so far, or young season so far. 36 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Let me show y'all the clips a little bit while I'm talking. Show y'all the clips of this guy while I'm talking. And again, I am not going to be in here too long. I got to make some store runs. I also got to record a podcast episode. Happy early Thanksgiving to anybody that's in here, by the way, too, man. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody that's in here. Hope y'all enjoy some family time tomorrow. So show y'all what Dylan did yesterday. Show y'all what Dylan did yesterday. Rob had 12.7 assists and 5 rebounds. Okay. BJ said he's starting playback tomorrow morning. I might be here though. In the morning time. I don't know. I might be here. We'll see. But BJ said he's gonna start playback tomorrow morning. All right, so this was Dylan last night. 36 points, 12 for 22 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 10 for 14 from the free throw line, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. Let me start these highlights from the top. Right now. Again, this is
like on that last play. 22 points against Elon. Notre Dame lost that game as Harper scored.
And he showed it all last night, bro.
Into the corner. Harper
outside shot making, getting to the rim, finishing with both hands. He showed it all last night.
Harper driving. Harper with the 2 fouls. Able to under Jim Calhoun.
Splitting. Look at that. That's tough. Oh, excuse me, split.
Rutgers within 3 on Dylan Harper's jam. That got pop. Gives it up. And now Durkak telling Harper to give it back to him. Oh, Harper says, I got this. Wow.
See, this is why I be wishing. Like, I wish my team can be a team that can draft guys like this, bro. No funny. He can just never be that bad. In and out, finish with the right. Cross.
Harper drives. Harper knifing to the basket, scores. Gray with a dribble, quick, left-handed.
By the way, his 36 points last night is the most by a freshman so far this season. Most by a freshman so far this season.
Chebihar, the grad transfer out of Lehigh.
Good pass.
Wide open. Guard who can board for sure. Harper, pull up 3.
Pull up 3, bro.
Spicy. I thought his nickname was Ace. So are we calling him Boogie now? Boogie Bailey? Ace Boogie. Here's Harper. He drives. Harper scores at the basket. Rutgers needed that in a big way. That stops a defense there by Imes. And now Harper picking on Imes. Harper gets right by him.
Ooh.
Dylan Harper.
Ooh.
Chance at a 3-point play.
Ooh.
Harper getting to that left hand downhill. There was an open alley.
So this Dylan Harper, bro. He helped them get the big one last night. With his 36 points. Another guy on that side hit a big three as well. But Notre Dame fought back late. I want to say a guy named was like, what was his name? Aloko or something like that. Probably pronouncing his name wrong. But Aloko, or Alako, cannot remember what they said on the broadcast. I'll be watching the game with the broadcast down. He had like 3 threes in like the last minute of that game. Alako. It was 24 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 for 9 from 3. And he actually missed the last 3-point shot. He actually missed the last 3-point shot. So that could help them either to tie the game or win the game. That's pretty much what happened in the end. Yeah, man, that's it for that game. And the last but not least, we had Auburn versus North Carolina. Simple put for this game as well, bro. I have no extra words, no rapping. Johnny Broom. He made everybody that's down on UNC team, whoever you're a big man, whatever, made them look like little kids. I think he had 23 and 18, I want to say. 23 and 19, I'm sorry, with 6 offensive rebounds. He made them guys look like kids. They came out. They jumped on North Carolina early. North Carolina came back or tried to come back a little bit. They were down 8 at halftime. And as soon as that second half started, Auburn went back up like 10-12, just like that, and maintained the lead the whole game. Ultimately, or the rest of the game, ultimately won by 13 points. Auburn had 6 different guys score in double figures. Tahad, their freshman, came off the bench and had 10 points. Chad Baker, Mazzara, he had 14 and 7. Spoke to Johnny having 23 and 19. He at one point in that first half, I think he had like 16 or 18 like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game. So, he made his presence felt early, super duper early. And then as far as the North Carolina side, RJ and Seth, who had big games on Monday, they didn't. I wouldn't necessarily say they struggled. Seth still had 7 for 13, 3 for 6 from 3 with 17 points, but RJ only came in with 12 points. To win those games, you're gonna need those guys to score more than that or do more. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what it was, bro. When you don't rebound, you lose games. Which I rebounded 42 to 36. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree, Art. Mark was good at hit. Mark hit some big threes. And Mark was also good at getting to the line yesterday. I need JP to be consistent. You must be talking about that JP guy right there. I don't know too much about JP, but that's the second full game I watched of y'all this year, Bear. And I can say y'all have a really good team. Like y'all have a really good team, in which y'all did last year too. Y'all had a really good team, but you can probably argue your guard plays a little better this year, especially with Tahad in the fold now instead of Aiden. Y'all had Aiden and what's the hot head guy? KD. Aiden, KD, and you had another guard. But this team right here is better than last year's team. It was Aiden as a freshman, it was KD, and it was another guard last year for Auburn. I cannot remember who the other guard was. KD at George Mason right now. KD at George Mason. Anybody know what conference George Mason is in? George Mason is in? So yeah, I'm gonna be locked into y'all this year. 1,000%. Bear. 1,000% I'm gonna be locked into y'all this year. And dog this year, in my opinion. Yep. I agree. Chad guy is the X factor though. He was the X factor for me last year. Trey. Chad is the X factor for me on this Auburn team though. When he plays well or when he's not in foul trouble, like one of the issues. I remember a big game last year. He was in foul trouble and it messed him up. Like everything shifts when he's off the floor. In my opinion, he's a real important piece for Auburn. So yeah, I'm gonna be locked in Atlantic 10. I'm gonna be locked into them this year, 1,000%. Let me see what KD doing. I know he went to George Mason. He probably not on nothing. They 4-3. No, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here anyway. This is a little slow Wednesday in here. I don't know if people are traveling, getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Some people
You know
probably
what's
gotta cook.
you know what's crazy? Nah, I ain't gonna hold you though. People definitely getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow, but you know, some people gotta cook and prepare food. Gang, everybody ain't just gonna pull up with a bottle like you is.
Hey, I'm not gonna do NBA and playback. Probably not, because I'm not gonna be able to regulate it the whole time. So I don't want to, at least want to have it regulated here, and then the playback that started up after that. Cool, but I definitely got to hit the store and get some things. And then I'm gonna chill. I got an episode to record in like 3-4 hours. Yeah, I gotta go to the store. I'm gonna go to the store before I record the episode. That's what I'm gonna do. So, um, I don't even imagine what that store gonna look like. No funny. But Katie on the year is at 8 points. So it's good to see he's still hooping. I guess. Yeah, it's good to see he's still hooping with George Mason. And that's that for college basketball, bro. Like I said, the games continuing today. You got Louisville versus Indiana right now. Again, that I probably tap into today. Probably Auburn and Memphis. Yeah, probably Auburn and Memphis for me. And North Carolina and Michigan State as well. Oh, and Alabama and Rutgers, of course, as well. And that's it. And then that's it, y'all. I'm just a messenger there. No, I didn't say I need to fix anything, Bray. I don't, Bray. I'm not high on North Carolina. You can be, West can be, Chan can be. I'm not. I'm not high on y'all guys. I knew
Why
y'all was.
not though?
I knew they, but North Carolina has a, I guess, good team, but they don't have like it's
But you
basically
keep
a.
saying they don't got one of them
I,
guys, bro.
I'm not. I
But they
understand what
wasn't
they
supposed to
did.
beat Auburn to begin with, though. Respectfully, like they
Why
were never
not?
supposed to beat
Why
Auburn.
not? Why not?
Auburn is better than them.
Why not? North Carolina, any North Carolina fan could have felt like they could have won that game yesterday. Like it's that.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
sure they
try.
felt like they could win, but if we talking about who came in as the favorite to win that game, bro, Auburn was the clear favorite to win that game.
Nah, I don't think Chan would have said, "I don't." I come into that game.
Not, but okay,
I
but
don't think
you
no.
gonna ask a
Nah,
fan, do they
that,
think they could have won? Of course they think they could have won, bro. What the fuck? I'm a
those
Patriots
teams
fan.
are
I think
not
I could
too
win every week.
when it comes to separation. Those two teams are not far off. Basically, what I'm trying to say, like to the general
But
population, they're not
even
far
with
off.
you saying that, you still admitting that Auburn is still the clear better team. You might not
I
think
just think they're really good.
they're
I just
far
think
better.
Auburn is really. Yeah, I just think Auburn is really good. Um,
Yeah, that's the same thing I'm saying though.
all right, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
think Auburn just came in as a clearly a better team. Now, can a better team lose? Absolutely, you know that. We all
Nah,
know
but
that
listen,
better
listen.
team can lose.
At the college level, I guess you can say they have a guy, right? RJ Davis. But when I made that statement, I was more so talking about the next level. And like JT and Chan saying they don't got a big right now. Like they don't got no big. And Johnny Broom is an experienced guy. Johnny Broom is a guy that's a go-getter. Like he wants to bang, he want to score over his shoulder, left or right hand. You know, that's the type of guy that he is. Yesterday, he spaced the floor out a little bit better. What I know him to do. He was 2 for 4 on the 3-point line yesterday, but he's not really a shooter though. Just a guy that scores whether it's the mid-range or inside the paint. That's what Johnny Broom do. Um, so yeah, bro. Like I said, they have RJ, they have Seth. Elliott, I guess, it's not really got a shout when it comes to a scoring perspective, but I don't think they have a good enough team that's going to really do much or make much noise, personally. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's that for college basketball, guys. Appreciate y'all for tapping in for the first hour and listening to me basically running down the games. I try to watch as much as possible. I had 3 different devices up yesterday, like work, 3 different devices up, and then we got us endless NBA games today. Um, I hope Ian wake up. I rock with Ian. I hope he wake up. All right, I want to shift to some NBA talks now. This man BJ come up here after college basketball talks.
I'm always here, brother.
He said, "You what?"
I'm always here. What you want to talk about?
No, why didn't you want to say anything about the new game?
I talked
Hello,
to you about it
hello,
yesterday.
DJ brother. How about your Blue Devils brother?
Yeah, John Shire got to be good. He got to be better. Next,
The coach? Wait, why you say that?
he drew a play
You
up.
blame the
Cooper
coach
Flex,
instead of your star player that turned the
Cooper
ball
Flex,
over with
Hold on. Cooper
a
Flag
minute and
turned the
30
ball
left to
over.
go in the crunch game.
Cooper Flag turned the ball over twice, and he turned the ball over twice. One against the Kentucky and one in this game right here. Why would you give him the ball again? And then you draw up a play for a
What? You
nigga.
blaming
Oh,
him for
bro,
that?
what?
Hold on. Then you draw up a play to make this nigga shoot. And now he was 0 for 5, by the way. 0 for 6, one of them shits. I understand he a best shooter, and then he draw it up and miss again. Now, like, come on, bro. That's fucking terrible coaching, bro. It's terrible coaching, bro.
Bro, you
I understand the playmaking aspect, bro. But like, come on, bro. You ain't giving me nothing on offense, fool. You're supposed to be the best shooter. You're the best shooter on the team, bro. And we didn't hit shots, bro. It is what it is. I don't care, bro. Niggas ass.
you're a
Let's
funny
play
guy,
them
bro.
again. We beat them again.
Yeah, if you
And
have to
talking
run
about
the
the Hunter Dickinson thing, yeah, he should have got thrown out. He kicked my man in the face. Because I guarantee you, if we would have stepped on the nigga, if we would have stepped on Hunter Dickinson's face, nigga wanted us to get kicked out too. Play ball.
no, yeah, he definitely deserved to get kicked out. I definitely agree with that 1000%. When I seen, I said, yeah, he got to get up out of there. But the fact that they still won that game with him getting kicked out, that says a lot about that team over there. one thousand
And then
percent.
but it's just my luck, right? Because KJ Adams, he can't shoot a jumper to save his life. That's like that's like J Mac trying to shoot 10 jumpers in a row. He probably make one. It's fake. It
Wes,
is what it is. Shout out Kansas
we
though, man.
we just was bypassing west of freaking college basketball. We left off at Auburn in North Carolina before we moved to NBA. Did you have anything you want to say about that last late night game?
Um, yeah, like you know, respect to Auburn. They handle business. One thing I want to see us improve on as the season wanes is we got to come out like intentional when games start. We come out too lax and we play soft, and like it's a critique I had against Dayton. In the first half, we were playing soft, and typically we don't. That's not who we are. Like our history, our lineage. We not a bunch of soft ass. Well, it's YouTube. We don't have a bunch of soft guys on our team typically, and that's not our style of play. Um, and the this season, the issue even against Kansas, the one thing we've had 3 games that we've had 2 games that we lost. We've had 3 that we could have lost with the Dayton game as well.
Was good,
And
Andrew.
you said what?
No, I was saying it was good, Andrew. My bad. He said it
Oh,
was good.
okay. Yeah, what's the word there, Andrew? But with all of those games, it's been the same theme. Come out not starting slow, and a lot of the slow start, a lot of times has to do with being soft. Like our guards get where they want to get. Elliott gets where he wants to get. Seth can get where he wants to get. RJ is the one who really I will say like he has physical limitations. Like Elliot and Seth are better at getting to spots on the floor than RJ. RJ sometimes like his yesterday with Auburn having bigger, stronger guards. His quickness didn't make up for what he lacked in size. So a lot of times he would want to get to a spot and just couldn't get there, and then that forces him to settle for certain jump shots, which is also why he's been in college for 5 years. All respect to RJ, but the reason he hasn't really been able to go to the next level is like he has just real limitations because he's small, and his quickness, athleticism, whatever, it doesn't, make up for what he lacks in, overall size and things of that nature. But yeah, I just want us to be more intentional when we start games. Come out the gate. You can't come out the gate hot all the time, so it's cool. Like sometimes you're going to struggle. The issue is we're not coming out of the gate. It's almost like we sleepwalk, and it's like something has to click to we in a real game. Oh man, that other team right there. They'll take our head off if we let them. We're down 15 and the game just started. It was 21-6.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. Like things like that can't happen. And then you see a team battle back, and we fought back. And, first half we from 21-6 to it was a point in the game where it was 32-30.
Yep.
And it says so much about the squad in terms of the ability is there, the talent is there. But those things are important. Our bigs were soft. And I got to shout out Broom. That dude, that's a good player, man. I don't know.
He a college guy, but I know what you about to say. Yeah,
Yeah. But okay, that's cool because I just he it's a big body, like pause,
yeah.
but he's 6'10", he can shoot. And he has I think the thing with college with the NBA is probably unless he can get more. I think he's agile. I don't think he's athletic enough at 6'10" to probably get some of the things off. So unless he can kind of change his body to get stronger, get more athletic, yeah, he might just be a college guy. But that guy, that kid, dude can hoop. And Auburn as a whole, they have a good squad. They have a 6'7" guard. I forgot dude's name, but like, just listen to that, a 6'7" guard, bro. Number 10, he's a senior. But yeah, we just got to get better at starting games, being physical, and yeah. In the second half, we just can't hit shots. Like there were, and also though, second half we started off slow again. But
Yep.
when we started to hit our stride, it was two things. Now you need everything to go your way. Auburn, we got some stops, but then there were, the like two possessions where we couldn't corral a rebound, and Auburn got a kick out three backbreakers. And then also for us, hey, when you get the game to 8, that's an 8-point game or a 9-point game. That next possession you have to go get a bucket. You have to convert. You cannot miss. And we had some of those where we just couldn't convert. So it's like it is what it is. But shout out to Auburn. Take the licks as we go through the season. But the team, I feel like we're more than good enough. We have more depth this year than we typically have as well. Because like our star freshmen are coming off the bench and they're productive players for the most part. Like DP, he doesn't get a lot of opportunity in terms of like shots when he's on the court because we're so guard oriented. And I wish we would switch some of that up. Like there are plenty of opportunities, and he's sharing so much of the court. Like his time on the court, he's sharing with Ian. And shout out to Ian because he can hoop. But the thing with Ian is like he's going to get his. Like he looks at the game like I'm impacted by going to get my own bucket. I'm impacted by putting the team on my back. And cool to see a mentality like that at times, but you also need guards to be like guards. Get other people involved. Make sure DP he had like 3 opportunities yesterday where just an extra swing in transition and in the half court would have allowed him to like get in the game offensively, and he didn't get those opportunities. But then when he was the one with the ball and had an opportunity to swing and make that right basketball play, he was still doing that. And I wish we prioritize the kid more because you know RJ RJ is really really good for college, but like I said, he has limitations, and I can only imagine what DP on the heater would be able to do for our team. Like if he was able to ascend and be counted on as a consistent bucket. If same for Ian, but yeah, man, that's my take, man. Shout out Auburn.
Nah, well
And
said. Well said, bro. Appreciate you coming in on the back end. No matter what time you come in, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your thoughts on, especially North Carolina. Yesterday was a hell of a day. Like I couldn't believe what I had uh to deal with and shuffle with yesterday, man. My Heat went down to the wire yesterday. You had Houston and Alabama go to overtime. You had Rutgers and Notre Dame go to no, not overtime,
Overtime.
almost. Oh yeah, over wait.
No, they went overtime.
Yeah, overtime as well. Shout out to Dylan Harper. I wanted your thoughts on him in that game as well. I
Yeah,
just spoke on
I was texting Tez the whole time, bro. That is
yeah.
the most NBA ready player in this in
No,
college.
oh yeah, 1000%. I agree, 1000% with that one. Both
Yeah.
NBA ready, 1000%. I just showed the highlights when he did yesterday on the screen before you came here. 1000%. I mean,
Bro, is that kid not like everything else aside? Is he not the first overall pick? We know he won't be that,
yeah,
but that's the
yeah,
best
yeah, yeah.
player in college
But
basketball.
you know, and that's why I wanted to circle back to that with you coming in here because you know me for 2 years or whatever, so now or 3 years, whatever the case may be. And I told you already, I'm a guard guy. Like if it was me I'm picking him at one because that's a guy that can run my offense. That's a guy that can score and pass. Like he's not one dimensional. That's a guy that's going to get downhill and finish with either hand. That's a guy that showed last night the outside shot, the pull up jumper, the split and double teams. He showed all that on the clips that I just had on the screen for these guys. So if it was me, I understand the Cooper Flag upside with his versatility, his defense, and all that type of stuff that he brings, his athleticism. I get it, right? But me personally, I'm with you now. Him over Ace, I'm with you. I don't care. I'm with you. Like I'm with you. Granted, we know how it's probably going to go, but I'm with you. Like I'm 1000%
Yeah,
with you. And I want
I,
to overreact too early, but nah, Dylan is really that guy. Dylan is he's tough and he's a
and
point guard and he's big. He's big. He not
yeah,
no 6'1", 6'2" guy, bro. So
nah, yeah, we got to get in a group. I got to create a group. Because literally, Tez and I were talking about that all last night, just the games. And to your point, hell of a slate. I want to commend NCAA basketball. Want to commend uh, the early games in the NBA. I don't think the NBA slate was great, but they had some good games early. And yeah, we got a lot of good bump last night. And yeah, Houston, Bama. I mean, you look at those teams and like whoever you support, you look at those teams and you're like, man, when the tournament gets here, wherever they fall, whatever bracket they in, that a tough out for both of them. Those are really really good teams. Kentucky undefeated to start the year,
yeah,
and your test you've passed,
yeah,
and your team is playing well. Like you look good.
yeah,
So credit to you all. Then you go, like you said, about Harper. Rutgers, when it's all, they'll make the tourney. When it's all said and done, they probably obviously won't be in play for like a Sweet 16 or Elite Eight or
yeah,
anything like that.
yeah.
But dang, they have like Dylan he's OC. And I will say, like for Ace, anybody who's looking at the box score and like, this kid doesn't have it, he didn't get a lot of opportunity last night. But a lot of that was just Dylan had such control and command of that game. Like
He could have scored
he
more.
bro,
I
I
want to say like his
swear.
last 2 or 3 field goal attempts, it was like some bad misses. Like really, it was like
Yeah.
I think both of them was in the paint. They were just some bad misses. Like
And
he
he was
probably could have
tired.
made.
You could tell he was
Yeah,
getting a
you
little
could one
tired.
thousand percent, 1000%.
Because I think he rocked the whole second half. I don't think Dylan came off the court. Um,
I
so
think you're
yeah,
right.
but he's crazy, man. He's crazy.
Yeah,
And
man.
Ace,
Listen, bro, man. Whatever group you think, I would love to talk college hoops on a regular. Like Ari just said, I'm not a guy that said it's always been better. But to start this season compared to the college basketball season to start in this NBA season, I'll probably lean college basketball right now. Like Ted said, bro, this is just you have so many good games over the last week, like literally, or even the last 2 weeks. We had so many good games. So I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of people lean NBA for obvious reasons. The bigger stars are there. But to see these guys come up and work and try to carry programs and lead programs and then eventually get to that next level, that's what I like to see. That's why I still go to high school basketball games today. Like on this day right now, I'm going to so many different high school basketball games when the season starts next week or in the next 2 weeks because
Cam
I
Ward's
want to
still
see.
whatchamacallit? Not
Yeah, he's at a
Cam Ward.
large.
It
Yeah, it
is
is
Ward.
Cam Ward. Yeah, he's at a Largo. He probably gonna be a state champion again this year coming up.
All right.
But yeah,
What school has he committed?
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Mm. Izzo.
Yeah,
All right. Let's
yeah,
see.
yeah. Izzo came to the trenches to recruit him, man. Shout out to Tom Izzo. No funny. Shout out to Tom Izzo.
That's
But
what's
yeah,
up.
that's what I had to
Man.
say.
But nah, I'm glad you're getting back to that because um I used to enjoy your little
Yeah,
TikTok
man.
videos that
I
you
believe
made
it,
going
bro.
to the
I
game.
believe it. That's still the most videos that I get on that page or was getting on that page was me going to the games. Even the games in DC that I was going to sideline on a
Mhm.
black top. But yeah, the high school game people truly enjoyed it. So I can't wait to get back to it this year and just travel around the whole DMV area and go to different games. Eventually get a camera and stand on a baseline and get real official with it. So that's what I want to do next for facts and stats.
Wes,
Yeah, yep.
I don't want to drag it because me and OG literally sat up here and talked about Bama for like a solid 15. Just like quick, I know you said like, oh, when we get into the tournament, either of those teams, I'm not worried about Bama. You think UH is going to be able to do something with what you saw last night?
Um,
And I don't know how much you ended up watching because I know UNC was playing at some, I don't know if it was the same time or not.
yeah, your game was on first, so I was just between your game and Duke. Like I said screw the Phoenix game in Miami. Like I
Mm
wasn't watching either of those games. I was so locked into college because the games were so good. And with you all, like I think in terms of you lack the dominant player,
hmm.
like
Mm
the top guy, where it's like, hey, when things get rough, you could truly go to him because like
hmm. Mm hmm.
LJ is LJ, but I don't believe in him that much. That said, though, I think you're
Hear
well
that,
coached.
F?
I think
I'm
you're well
trying to
coached,
tell that nigga.
and I think you still hang your hat on things that I feel like you can go execute with defense. I think you still can
Mm hmm.
execute on your strengths, and I think you're
Mm
well coached. And I think that even though you don't have that premier like dominant guy to like throw the ball too late in games, if you really go need something, even if it's not just a
hmm.
bucket, breaking the defense down or creating something, I do think you all lack that.
Yeah.
But if you draw up the proper plays, I think you all can convert. And that's why I think the coaching is being such a surplus, and then being able to, hey, even if we don't have it going offensively, we can try to lock down on the defensive side. And there will be some games like in the tourney, it's one and done. So it's
Mm
tough, but I definitely think you're a tough out. Um, and you might have a ceiling on what
hmm.
you can
Yeah.
do this year as opposed to like last year. It was really, hey, this is a national championship team. If
Mm hmm.
they do everything they need to do, as of right now, maybe I don't see that for your team, but I definitely still see tough out. And I think you are in the thick of things at the end of the season.
Okay. That's kind of where I was. I told Ev that I would. I think Sweet 16 personally is our ceiling this year. Just with like, I think we lack more. We've never had like shooters, right? Like Marcus was a shooter, but we've never had like shooters. You had Grimes at times and stuff like that. Um, but we've never had just like a pure dang. Look at that nigga, you know. With the exception
Mhm.
of, in my opinion, Marcus. And Marcus. That's just my opinion. Um,
Sad shit, man.
I'm being so for real. Um, when it comes to that, so like I personally had Sweet 16 as our ceiling because of those offensive deficiencies. In the way that like I don't think we have a legit floor general. I don't think we have someone that like comes in and like the way that Jamal would do, even though he wasn't the best scorer, right? Or like the prettiest scorer, he wasn't like a shooter. Somebody that could come in and like be like, all right, I gotta take this over because we need a moment. Kind of like how Mark did for Alabama at the towards the end of the game, like at that
Yeah.
last stretch, just like coming in and being like, all right, it's time to put up, let's go. I don't think we have that, guys. So yeah, I agree with you for the most part. I think Sweet 16 is the ceiling for this team this year. And Bray asked, where do we have Houston finishing in the conference? If they play to what I've been told their potential is, kind of same as last year. I don't think we win the conference unless some stuff happens with Kansas, quite frankly. So like two, maybe three in the conference. I don't think we're gonna get a first seed for be like a one seed in the tournament this year. So, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I also agree with Bray's earlier comment. I do think NCAA has been better than NBA this year. And it's funny because for the longest, I've been in terms of like the league I like more. I've always been an NBA over NCAA guy.
Same.
But man, this year it's not close. No,
Yeah.
it's not close. Early returns on NCAA are amazing this year. So hopefully they can keep it up. And this is a good thing for them, I think, because for a few years it looked
Yep.
like, hey, maybe things may,
Yep.
were turning away from them and moving away from them. And now this season, I think, if you're a 15-year-old kid and you were thinking, oh, or let's say, well, Jalen's been in the league for 4 years now. Let's say you were a 10-year-old, but you were a hooper, and you were on those circuits, you were traveling, boom. So you knew, hey, college is in my future. And you start thinking about it at maybe not 10, maybe let's say 11, 12, something like that. 12 is perfect. And you saw Jalen do his G League thing. You saw other players do their G League thing. You saw the Thompson twins do their elite thing. You're like, maybe that's the route I'll take. But now seeing the NCAA really get back to their level and standing on a nice just foundation, sturdy ground, it's probably moving back in their favor. So that's it.
Yep. 1000%. And obviously NIL helps with that as well too. Um, but yeah, I mean 1000%. 1000%. Are you hip to this guy before we move? Are you hip to this guy right here, Trey Johnson? My two favorite players in the draft is Dylan and
Oh
Trey.
man, I'm hip to
Yeah,
Trey.
that, him and Dylan are my two favorite players in the draft, bro. All right, so you hip?
Yeah,
I don't
he
want. I
has
don't want.
some of the things that I wish uh Ace had. I think he's better at getting to spots than Ace. So like
Mhm.
they both can shoot, right? And I think Ace is a better shooter. I think his shot is something like I
Nah,
don't
I
know,
like Trey
everybody
shot over Ace, bro. I don't know about that. I like Trey
you
shot over Ace. No,
whoa.
I like Trey shot over Ace. Like shot, like the knocking down shots.
Yeah, I'm not with you there. I think Ace has
Am I
the
tripping?
No, you. I'm not saying you're tripping. You may be right. I'm saying that for me, my early returns is more so about the fact that because I think Trey he plays a smarter game than Ace. Ace takes a lot of difficult shots. So I'm looking at Ace and what he's been able to do. Like Ace is shooting good percentages right now, and he takes a lot of tough shots. And I only imagine, hey, when he gets to a place where he's taking easier shots, if his percentages don't, they may not surpass Trey's, but I think they're on par with Trey's. And I think as a tough shot maker, only because I've seen it so much, I think
Mm.
Ace he just has an edge right now as a tough shot maker because literally
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
70% of his profile is tough shot making.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so with that being said, that's the reason I credit Ace there. But it's no slight to Trey. My thing that I was trying to give credit to Trey for is not only is he a really good shooter, but I think he gets to spots better than Ace, and I think he plays a better floor game than Ace, and I think he just understands every all the finite details to help you be a better player. I think Trey is like advanced compared to Ace on that. Like in the half court, I was looking at Ace yesterday trying to post up. Ace, he can't even position him. And granted, he's young, but 6'10", right, slender frame. He can't position himself 2 feet inside the paint to get the ball. Ace is trying to, okay, I can't even get a solid enough base to kind of block you out. And again, I'm saying 2 feet inside the 3-point line. Ace is doing this thing where he's trying to stand beside a guy, put his butt on a guy, and say, "Hey, throw it all the way outside to the left, right here."
Mhm.
And even if it's a bad pass, like I'll try to corral it, but he's not giving his guards any angle to get him the ball because of things like that. I think Ace has just the small details. He has a lot of work to do, but he's so young, and I think he'll get there. But yeah, Trey's a hell of a prospect. I think right now Trey is going top 5 to 7.
Yeah, it's
Um,
tough.
yeah,
He's
he
tough.
won't fall below 7. This is a really good draft, like
A really good
really good
draft.
crop of prospects this year too. I'm
Yeah,
excited about that as well.
1000%. Nah, so appreciate you, bro. I just wanted to tap in, make sure you
Mm.
one looks like a player that played in a more structured environment coming up. And it looks like he didn't, and one looks like he didn't have any guardrails or structure, if that makes sense. Nah, that makes sense, OG. 1000%. That makes sense.
What he said
And
around the corner for?
he's saying, I guess Trey from the area,
Oh,
Trey
he's
around,
around
yeah,
the corner. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
got you. Yeah,
No, D, that's
OG.
fair. That makes sense. 1000%. Are we gonna go ahead and work towards the NBA slate from the Cup games yesterday? As far as the playback room, that's to be determined. I don't know, but I gotta hit the store, and then I also got an episode to record in 3 hours around the NFL season and things like that. So I'm gonna chill, relax my mind, and also prep. But everybody that's in here though, like y'all know if you've been in here from the start, I've been in here damn near talking for 2 hours straight. So this was a good thing for me personally to see the numbers start slow for like an hour straight. Now we get up a little bit to the 30s, and that's cool. But I didn't get discouraged. I didn't want to end, and I stayed here and I talked about 5, 6 straight games up until OG and Ari coming up. So that's a good thing. Same thing will continue for NBA. Same thing will continue for NBA and everybody that's in here, bro. As we're shifting to the next topic of the show today, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I read every single comment, so you can comment and continue to interact with me while you're in the chat. As far as liking, the video has 9 likes. If you are in here, make sure you hit that like button real quick. We got 37 people in here. We probably can be at 20. BJ, you good? I don't. This actually makes me feel more comfortable coming up here and talking about myself. To be honest, that's what today did for me. Today feel like a Friday though. Today feel like a Friday, but yeah, today made me feel more
The
comfortable.
holiday tomorrow, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So like today made me feel way more comfortable. And I understand why some people probably not in here at the time. Like I said, probably traveling for Thanksgiving, cooking Thanksgiving, store runs, whatever. It's 12:45 right now. So yeah, make sure you like this video, please. Like the live stream. Also recording the episode today, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So in 3 hours, just a little midway or semi-midway or after midway. But talk about the NFL season and a lot, in that aspect. Also, make sure you all hit that subscribe button. Picked up a couple of subscribers today as well. Greatly appreciate it. Still chasing, still having a journey and a road to 1,000 subscribers. And last but not least, make sure you share this live stream out. Share Fact and Stats YouTube out to anybody you may know. Whoever it is that you know, love to talk sports, know about sports, or may just want to listen to sports. So that's that. Next, we're going to shift to the NBA Cup games from yesterday. And I mean, I guess you can say it was some good games. It was disappointing for me because my team, I feel like we lost a game where I feel like we really should have won. The only thing that I'm really confident in right now is, and I said this yesterday, the main thing that I'm confident in right now is how aggressive I feel like Jimmy's going to be going forward. But I just realized we're not even the first game on the slate, we're the second. So let me start off with this Bulls and Wizards game. I came in here yesterday to y'all and told y'all on Playback I did expect the Bulls to win this game. I expected Levine, Kobe, and I think Vooch should have a game. I don't know what they did. Okay, so yeah, all of them had solid games. Vooch came in with a double-double with 19 and 12. Levine had he was 6 for 14, but he was 4 for 8 from 3. More importantly, 18 points. And Kobe White is continuing his stellar play from last year. He had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 10 for 13, 5 for 9 from 3. And they even got production out of Jalen Smith off the bench. And Taylor Horton Tucker probably played in some garbage time in that fourth quarter, but he even had 13 points. But Jalen, though, 18 minutes, had 12 points, 9 rebounds. And I seen something yesterday, bro. I think the Wizards now lost 12 straight games. I mean, so they're positioning themselves to have a top 5 pick without a doubt. Washington needs a franchise guy. Like they have some players, some young guys that can try to be good two-way players, or good role players, or good guys basically that can excel in their roles, but not necessarily hit stardom. Keyshawn George, for example. We don't know what Bub Carrington yet. Bilal Coulibaly speaking to the two-way thing. Sar speaking to the two-way thing. hopefully, eventually. Last night he actually had a good offensive outing. He had 20 points, 7 rebounds, a steal, a block, 3 assists. But the biggest thing that stood out to me as I look at this box, the biggest thing that stood out to me as I look at this box score, he was 4 for 5 from three. And I think the game is obviously evolving to big man being able to stretch the floor. And if he continues to do that for Washington throughout his next 3 to 5 seasons, I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to fit with whoever they draft, whether it's Cooper Flag, whether it's Ace Bailey, whether it's Dylan Harper. The fact that he can stretch the floor, that'll be key. So it starts there for them. They're on I think it said a 12-game losing streak. That's ridiculous. Hold on. It's 11 or 12. They're on a 12-game losing streak. And I mean, what did they go last year, bro? Because I think they won like 13, 15, 16 games last year. Hold on.
Who, the Wizards?
Yeah, they won 15 games last year. So they're shaping to win that many games again this season, to be honest with you guys.
Look. Let me tell you something about them, right? The Wizards are a team. You guys want to talk about direction? They don't know what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie. They just blew the thing. They blew the Bill shit up just to get them out of there. They should have got rid of Kuz too. Just start at the bottom, literally ground zero. Wizards
No,
not gonna be good for another 4
they
years.
have
Bro.
direction though, bro. Don't do that.
I don't think so, bro.
They bro.
They don't have a star player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I said that. I said now they're trying to get a guy that that's going to help what they have going right now. Now they have some guys that are going to eventually be a two-way player or good role players or good guys that excel in their role. Keyshawn George is going to be a great shooter for the Washington Wizards. Bub is going to be, I don't know. Yeah, I can't really speak to Bub, but Bilal's going to be a two-way guy in this league. Low-end star probably. I don't know. We'll see. He also showed
Bilal's gonna be like that, man.
Yeah,
He stop half stepping on Bub. Bub is gonna be a good guard in this league. The ceiling is what's unknown.
But
I didn't know what to say about Bub though. Like I'm confident to say that Keyshawn is going to be a good shooter in this league and a solid role player, right? Specializing in his role. I know Sarr is going to be probably going to lean towards that two-way big man, right? That can stretch the floor as well, also shot block, etc. I know what Bilal is going to be. He also showed an offensive leap this year from what he did in his rookie season, which is expected. But Bub, I don't know if he's going to be that. I don't know if he's going to be. He can. Like, are you going to say?
He can initiate. Bub
you know what?
really
I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know why I forgot about Sarr. So they got some type of direction. I forgot all about Sarr.
Yeah, they 1,000% got direction.
And while we're on this, I do want to give some credit to Sarr myself. I was hard on him, and rightfully so. He had a really bad summer league, and at times it's been, ugly offensively. But in fairness to him, there are growing pains, and there should be. They're young players for a reason. Like they're not, made men. And the thing with Sarr is you see him improving consistently. You see him improving, and he came in the league and he did something well already, which was defend. And that hasn't like gone south on him. He's still been a good defender. And then offensively, you just see him taking strides, making strides. So I wanna give him at least some credit because I was hard on the kid, but now I get what you're saying with everybody else though.
Unfortunately, I watch a lot of Wizards games because they come on my TV. So I watch a lot of Wizards games. The future is bright, but they don't have a leader. They need a leader. They need to get a nice leader in there.
Yeah, and they had a wrong vet, so I will say that.
So like Malcolm Brogdon, realistically, Brogdon not no goddamn leader. Val not a leader either. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got vets, but like they don't got no vets that's gonna put the young niggas in order. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you this question, Wes. Like, and I pointed out to Sarr being able to stretch the floor. That's going to help whatever. Say they get 1 or 2. Them getting Flag or Ace, that's going to be an easy fit. Like Flag, either one of them guys are going to be able to come in and step right in and start and play in that front court. But say they're set up to get Dylan at 3 or 2, whatever happens. How do you feel about Bub growth from there then?
Fuck yeah.
I think it'll go. I think it'll go trend upwards. I think with Bub though, I'm kind of still. I understand the capital the draft capital they used for him wasn't too crazy, so he may not get that opportunity that I'm looking for him to get. But I really want to see him have some on ball, like I'm my primary creator, and just see for a stretch of games. And hopefully it comes at some point later this year because they're not going to be a good team. And hopefully they
Wow.
say, hey, Jordan, we want to pivot away
Oh,
from
Jordan.
anybody else having a ball more than you, Bub. And just I want to see if that development um, trends in the right direction because the early returns are, hey, I'm not always an efficient scorer, but I'm a guy who can get a bucket, and I will set things up for the offense if need be. That's what has that's why he was my favorite prospect in the draft. Also, big guard, and it just a very very smooth game. And I wonder if that can continue to translate because if it does, and if he continues to um, just make the proper progressions on his floor game and knowing hey this is where like really being strong getting to the basket being able to finish as opposed to having to settle so much for the J if those things just trend in the right direction you know I don't know Bub may have some real utility on the ball, but yeah, if Dylan's there, you take Dylan.
Yeah.
You can't say no. So
No, I feel like that's the right fit.
Dylan and
Flag not the
Bub.
right fit. Ace not the right flick. Dylan Harper's the right fit for the Washington Wizards. Dylan
Mm.
Harper is
now
exactly
that's a
what they
good
need.
point though, BJ. Because also when you
Mm.
think about it, they don't need Coop. Not to say that Coop wouldn't be amazing, but you have Bilal.
You don't need another wing.
Yeah, although you could put I will say
Hoop
it's really enticing. Like and granted, and if they get that
that
pick, they're
front
taking
court.
Coop. Yeah, they're taking Coop. And I will say it's really enticing if you can get Coop because you can have Bilal at 2 or 3 wherever he's gonna play, and put Coop at the 4 and
Yeah.
Sarr at the 5. That is a really good
That's what I'm
defensive
thinking.
unit right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm thinking of. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
like
lie.
so I actually would still lean Coop. Like I'm taking Coop if I'm them. The thing is what I was texting Tez about last night. If Ace is there, and let's say Coop is like they don't get the #1 overall pick, and they're sitting at 2, and this Ace or Dylan, I'm taking Dylan. All respect to Ace, but I Dylan has surpassed him in my draft board. And it's not that I don't think Ace is a dog and he can still become something special. I just know Dylan is legitimately like how did you miss on him?
I'm not
Like
gonna
right
lie,
now,
bro,
what
because
in his game
Dylan played
speaks to him
amazing
missing?
yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
I
oh
watched
my,
that whole game. He really did.
Yeah,
like
he's
I said, look,
crazy.
if you free tonight, my bad, what? If you free tonight, Rutgers, Alabama, oh my goodness.
Yep.
This is gonna be a real test for him too. This is gonna be a
Yep.
real test for him.
And look, and it's crazy. The good thing about that though is they high level scores, bro. And Alabama offense and they pace of play is freaking outrageous. So I feel like it fit right into their game too. So we'll see.
Yep. But yeah, that's it for the Wizards, man. Bray and Dream Shake Jones. I know what BJ said, but I want to know why y'all feel like the Wizards don't got a direction. Because I truly feel like whenever you pivot off of Porzingis and Bradley Beal, and you sort of kind of go in a younger direction, and you use 3 first round
I
draft
said
picks. Go ahead.
no, I said no direction because I forgot all about Sarr until West Safe. Like I legit forgot about him.
Okay, yeah.
So
I
they
wonder
got
why
look,
they said it.
they got a big, they got a wing. Now they need a guard. Boom, Dylan Harper, right there. Bow, that's your guard right there.
You don't like
Then
Bub?
you got a shoot. You got 2 shooters right there. You got 2 shooters right next to him. He's just fill in. It's time for Corey Kispert to get the hell out of there too, bro. He could be used somewhere else on
And
another
now,
team.
now this is where we let you have the mic too long. Nigga, this the nigga at the wedding reception who may have one too many, but he start off cool and you like, all right, he rocking, he good, and then he right off the deep end, man. Why would you get rid of Corey Kispert?
Nah, man. Mm-mm. You
Because you got to think about
got somebody to replace him.
who's replacing him.
the people that they get in the draft and free agency.
Drafting Dylan doesn't affect Corey Kispert at all.
Yeah, I know, but now, so now then everyone moves down to slot west.
Okay.
Kispert's nice though,
Yeah,
but it's like
Kispert is coming off the bench
Kispert's gonna
as
take.
a shooter, and I think you want to like even if you get Dylan, you want to have a Kispert because you know Dylan will like raise his level of play as well. That's the thing that Dylan can do. Not only can Dylan go get a bucket, but he can raise the play of other guys, raise the floor of other guys. Like Dylan, like I don't mean to do too much, but that if anybody has time, go look at if you can rewatch the game, rewatch the game. But if you just have to look at the highlights, so be it. Go look at just his season, not just last night. This year, Dylan has shown I'm as NBA ready as like anybody in the country.
Fuck yeah.
And I think last night proved, hey, I'm the most of all the freshmen. Nobody's fucking with me in terms of NBA readiness. Even Coop, like Coop isn't that NBA ready. Dylan is
He
like
got to I ain't gonna lie, bro. He gotta get better, bro.
not.
Who?
I said that to Ev earlier. Like
He gotta
he
get
he
better, bro.
truly is. He's not gonna go number one, but he's the best freshman in the country. Right,
I ain't
like
gonna
as it
lie, bro.
stands right
And
now.
for
Now,
me,
early
bro,
in the
oh my
season, but
goodness, this nigga ain't nothing like Zion, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He not. He not.
Zion came out the gate. You know he was going like,
He not
they got
even. I
different
remember.
games
I
though.
remember. I remember we
They
had a
got different games.
conversation. Yeah, they definitely got different games. But I remember we had a conversation here. Who's going to rock Duke more, Cooper or Zion? And I could have sworn niggas were saying Coop.
bro. No,
And
niggas
that's
was
just
saying Coop,
that's
but
It
I'm
that's
was
just
not
just
gonna
the
not
lie,
fact
bro.
true.
that he's white. It was the fact that he's white, bro.
You
Like, but
see, you see
it's
shit
not
like
true.
this, like the Coop. Matter of fact, the Coop poster, bro. That shit was crazy.
Nah, it
Off
was.
the
It was.
off the roll, off the one
That
punch.
that nigga Coop, bro. That man, he tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he tough though. He tough. Cooper tough.
He tough. Their issue right now, for real, is as good as tough as he is, right? And Khan is, although he had a tough night last night, Khan is really good as well. Their issue, bro, their guards are stinky, bro. Like even though Proctor played well last night, their guards don't move me at all, bro.
Kayla Foster was giant ass, but I see this is where it's like, bro. This why I
It's the
blame
same
this shit
thing
on
every year
Don,
with you
bro.
niggas, bro.
You
Your
you
guards never
went and
move.
you recruited another fucking 5-star guard. Why don't you just throw that nigga out there and see what the fuck's gonna happen? Isaiah Evans, you could throw the nigga out there and see what the fuck gonna happen. But no. You wanna just sit their ass on the fucking bench. Shit is ridiculous. Shit is ridiculous, bro.
But Isaiah Wing still.
I know, but I'm just saying. Regardless, we didn't hit no shots yesterday, my nigga.
Now that's true though, and that's one of the issues.
But
Like I see
why
goods in the
not,
chat.
bro? Like, you could have tried anything out that bitch. Like, regardless, don't matter what you would have tried, you would have still been in the game. Like, Kansas, soon as the ball tipped on, Kansas had the momentum. They was in control because they start pressing, they start playing crazy defense. They was hitting everything like you know what I'm saying, like seniors supposed to do, like juniors and seniors supposed to do against freshmen. Then the game settled down, and my guys turned up a little bit.
But
And
what's the next game? Bucks and Heat.
Yeah, people that say the Wizards don't have a direction between that Tommy Shepard still. Next one up. With this team was the best hands ever. Nah, that's a fact, Z-Fon. That's a fact. Yo, 46 people's in here, y'all. I stayed down. Appreciate y'all for coming in here and tapping into Facts and Stats. If you are new in here before we move to the next game, Facts and Stats is a daily sports show, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Also, when I am free, I am trying to also make time to get the podcast side back up and rolling. Recorded episode 2 weeks ago. Recorded another episode today around the NFL season as well. Then I will continue to pick up another NBA episode next week. So he's gonna be bi-weekly or weekly. Still shuffling between the show, the podcast, and the clothing brand. On top of that, I made a post office run this morning. Still working. Got to edit the website for this Black Friday sale coming up. Don't forget, if you're ever interested in any factors, that's apparel. As I said, it's all I wear. But ever interested in any factors, that's apparel. The website is factsandstats.us. Shout out to TJ for sending me $5. TJ, that's greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. Like I said, I don't care what the amount is. It could have been $1, and I was still happy. I'll still be happy. TJ, thank you, brother. That means a lot. Um, what TJ just did is extending his support. And I tell y'all all the time, it is numerous ways you can do that, whether it's sending $2, $3, $4, whatever the case may be. But first and foremost, you can become a member on the Fact and Stats YouTube community side. To become a member, it's easier to do on a desktop. If you see anybody that's named that's blue or green, I mean green in the chat, they became a member. Greatly appreciate it. There's 3 different levels you can join as: level 1, level 2, and level 3. All different levels have customized perks. Especially level 3. Level 3 has discounted merchandise. If you are a level 3 member and you ever want to order anything off the website, please reach out to me for that code. But other than that, different things that you guys can do. Send emojis in the chat, seeing videos early, things of that nature. Much more. You have to probably read it if you join. Or you can send super chats and super stickers like TJ just did. And all that's greatly appreciated. More importantly, I'm a young man grinding to 1,000 subscribers. If you are in here, you're not subscribed to the platform, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, the show is live every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I started to slack on Sundays. I'm not going to lie. Sundays probably not going to come back into the NFL playoffs. Then I'll bring Sundays back. NFL playoffs, Sundays will probably come back. Or that last week heading into the playoffs when shit is really at stake. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably come back at that point. But all in all, everybody that's in here so far, thank you. Truly mean the world to me. With that being said, the next game on the slate, we had the Heat versus the Bucks. Disappointing loss, bro. I mean, who am I to say that as a Heat fan to determine what loss is disappointing or not, right? Niggas will probably think up until this point, the Bucks and the Heat been on the same level up until the season so far. The Bucks obviously been winning more games as of late, but I mean, for a team to not play without Giannis, who, by the way, is having a phenomenal season, looking like Giannis, dominating like Giannis, offensively, crashing the glass, better as a playmaker again, just being him, period, as a defender or whatever. They moved to 9-9 on the season. The Heat dropped to 7-8. So, like I said, they're in the same ballpark for the most part this season so far. And the reason why I was most disappointed with this loss because Jimmy's coming off back-to-back 30-point games. And whenever Giannis is not playing, you sort of kind of have to take advantage of that and limit their best guy, right? And who's their best guy if Giannis is not playing? Damian Lillard. And for some reason, and it started in the second half. I seen it more in the second half. But for some reason, we just let him bust our ass in the first half. And I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. I think I'm good. For some reason, we let him bust our ass in the first half. Dame, I mean, obviously the ridiculous shot maker. So he was 6 for 9 from 3 in the first half, 8 for 12 from the field. He had 25 points and 7 assists in the first half. Like only the first half. He did that in the first half. He had 25 out of the 51 I lied. 21 out of the 65 points. I'm sorry. 25 out of the 65 points in the first half alone. And meanwhile, for us, we just had contributions from Jimmy, Hero, Bam, etc. But when you think about the game, for me, obviously, we turned things around in the second half. If anybody tapped in or watched the game, we climbed all the way back into the game, led by Jimmy Butler. We climbed all the way back into that game. Let me get the exact numbers on what we did in that third period because that was our best quarter, if you ask me. In that third period, Jimmy had 9 points, played the whole entire quarter. And then Bam, Duncan, and Hero came in with 5, 5, and 6. We're playing our second round pick, Larson, a lot out of Arizona. I was watching the game yesterday and I typed it in the Heat chat. He really reminded me of the impact or how Jaime looked as a rookie last year. Jaime is a guy that did 4 years in college. I think Pele did the same thing. I think he did 4 years in college as well. And for us to bring him in here, sort of kind of like the Jaime role, it's funny. It's quite interesting because a lot of us or a lot of Heat fans feel like he's better than Jaime right now already. It's back-to-back games now where he's getting more and more minutes as a rookie. So that's impressive. I'm still having issues with Tyler Hero. I told y'all this yesterday. Before yesterday's game, he was 3 for 20 from 3 and something even worse from the field. And that continued yesterday. 5 for 14 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3. Couple of bad shots he took down the stretch of that game. One shot, he came off of a screen and tried to shoot. Brook Lopez, long arms, blocked it. Another one, we ran a play for Jimmy towards the end of the game now. We ran a play for Jimmy. Jimmy was not able to get the ball. We inbounded the Hero. Good shot. I like the shot. I thought it was going to fall. It went in and out. He missed. And then the last play for us, we ran one more play. We ran that play for Terry Rozier. And Terry just got, I think he caught the ball too deep. He damn near caught the ball near the half court line. He caught the ball too deep. Terry, by the way, he had a big fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Was that the fourth quarter? I think Terry had a big fourth, bro. Terry had a big fourth. Terry had 13 points in the fourth quarter. Did not miss a shot. He played the whole entire fourth. That's what we needed. That's why we brought him here to Miami over Kyle Lowry. So it was good to see him have a good game in that aspect. Shout out to Justin in the chat. Make sure y'all double tap. Make sure I said double tap. Thinking I'm on TikTok. Make sure y'all like the video, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. That also helps the algorithm out for helping somebody find out facts and stats or find facts and stats on YouTube. And that's my biggest thing. I'm building this platform for anybody to come on and speak their mind. Anybody can join the show and come on stage and speak their mind. No matter who you are, you can join. And as you see, I even got speak your mind on the hoodie right here. So that's what I'm all about. But yeah, man, back to the game. Back to the game, man. Ty Smith didn't. I think he didn't. I feel like he didn't return in this one, but Jimmy tried, bro. 23 points, 11 for 13 from the field. I'm not mad at it. I'm really just. I need Hero to be better, and I think when you get a clean look at a game like that, you got to knock it down. Terry again, cool play call. I get it. Feet in a hot hand. I think he just caught the ball a little too deep. He wasn't really able to get the shot off. Overall, on the Buck side of things, they was led by Dame. You know, they was led by Dame. 25 in the first half, 12 in the second half, 12 and 5 in the second half. Overall, 37 points, 12 assists, 8 for 13 from 3. AJ Green, that was the freaking problem. AJ Green hit. I'm not gonna call it fluke because he's a shooter. I know who AJ Green is. He's a shooter. He's like when you think of good shooters in this league, that don't get the proper recognition. It's AJ Green and Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill's the guy that's in Cleveland. Both of those guys can
That
shoot.
shit can still be fluky, man. Well,
Nah,
go ahead.
I feel you. Yeah, but AJ Green and Sam can shoot. I know Sam because of the G League, Summer League like 2 years ago. But both of those guys can shoot. But AJ, man, it could be fluky. He a shooter, but he had like two tough threes, bro. No, it was fluke. You're right. Two ridiculous threes in that fourth quarter, bro. That helped Milwaukee out, ultimately win that game. So that's pretty much what happened, bro. I mean, AJ stepped up. We started to trap Dame in pick and roll settings, or even him crossing the half court line for the most part. And Hero had a clean look. It went in and out. Terry caught the ball a little too late. Hero bad shot got blocked by Brooke. And that was really and Pele shot a corner three with about a minute and 30 to go. I didn't like that shot personally because one, you finished it to the game 1 for 5 on the 3-point line. And when you're down in crunch time or clutch times in games, one of your 3 best players got to take that shot. And I don't think Hero, Jimmy, or Bam forced the issue. I don't think Bam even touched the ball in that possession. I don't think either one of them forced the issue to make sure that they took that shot down the stretch of that game. Or even Terry. Terry was on the court too. We closed with Terry, Hero, Jimmy, Larson, and Bam. So that's all I got to say, bro. Disappointed loss. We played the Hornets tonight. LaMelo's on a freaking tear right now. B Mills playing good basketball, back-to-back games with 20 and 10s. So we'll see what happens, bro. I don't know Nick Richards or Mark Williams' status right now. I know both of those guys was assigned to the G League on Sunday or Monday. So a little later on, we'll see what happens. Anybody else got anything on this game? All right.
Bucks
I know.
should be better. That's it. The Bucks should be better.
Okay.
That's and the same things we said last year, bro. There's no way as a coach you don't figure out how to unlock this version of Dame with Giannis.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out how to do that as a coach. Have to. One of your it's a part of the job description. Get the best out of your players, and Dame is still OC.
Yeah.
But that's the other crazy part. Dame is still a ridiculous player, bro.
Yep.
So you got to figure that out. But no, good win for them last night, and just they played way better basketball in the second 10 games of the season than they did in the first. So
Good
that
said
was,
that's on. Good said that's on Dame.
explain. Well, he's in the chat. But yeah, explain that when you get a chance. I wish you were on stage. But go ahead.
Byron said, "Oh, Byron, good thinking too, Byron." Byron said, Byron basically is saying like when Giannis is on the court, it's a mental thing, and he feel like he has to take a backseat role. Or I'm pretty sure if he's on the stage, he'll say this: have to take a backseat role, or play more at ease, or play more relaxed. Versus when Giannis is not on the court, he's back in that killer mode. That's what Byron is basically saying. How you feel about that?
So he needs to ramp it up when Giannis is on the court and stop being timid and play his game and let Giannis get
Yeah,
in when he gets in. I don't hate that. Like I don't hate that at all. I still the reason I said it's a coaching thing is, and it may be like he's a vet at this point, like a seasoned vet at that. So Dame, it's fair to put that blame on Dame, but it's almost like, bro, is no one telling him that? Because I can't imagine him hearing that and still being like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. It's just weird. Like it's weird that every time Giannis is not like playing, he does this. Look at his stats without Giannis. Like 11-10 isn't here, but his stats without Giannis, and I can do it. I can go to StatMuse, but they're pretty like incredible. And for him to be playing at that level still, and it's like on demand and or on command. Like as soon as, hey, we need a game from you, he immediately, oh no, Giannis, okay, here, boom, 30 plus, all of that, like in every single time. So it's odd that no one is saying that, and we're not seeing the change that Goods and Byron are talking about. At some point, we got to see it.
Yeah, I almost agree with Goods and damn, I kept saying I agree with Goods. That shit sound it feels funny. But I almost agree with Goods and Byron. I mean, I think young players need that kind of push, if you would, right? They need that, hey man, no, you can go. It's okay, it's cool. Right? But I think older guards and guys that have some sort of tenure like Dame, Dame don't need nobody to tell him to go. I mean, nigga, your money, what we paying you, all that shit tells you that we believe in you and we committed to you, and it's up to you. Go make it happen. So he got to find that thin line. I think it's incumbent upon him. I don't think because the only way I would blame Glenn in this situation, I bullshit with Doc, but the only way I would truly blame him if he was getting in the way and telling him something contradictory to that, and I don't believe he's doing that. I think he has every right to do it, and I just feel like my man he one of them kind of niggas, man, just a I don't know if happy go lucky or just laid back or whatever the case is, but he one of them kind of niggas, and he got to get out his own way, nigga. You got to play that same way whether Giannis is here or not. And then y'all can figure it out, right? You may step on his toes, shooting too much or whatever, but y'all can figure that shit out. But right now, you just taking a back seat and all that. This is the work. Yeah, I think it's more on him than it is a coach. And I wouldn't say that too many times about something that's relative to Doc, but in this case, yeah, I think this is more on Dane.
all right. Um, appreciate that quick interaction on that. Um, where he enables bad shots from Bobby and Brooke. Okay. All right. We're gonna go ahead and take it to the next game. The next game, I think that might be the Houston game actually. With OG being up here. Yeah, the next game we had the Houston Rockets. I gave all y'all my winners yesterday. Had the Bulls winning. Thought the Heat would have won, but I definitely did have the Rockets winning this game on the road. It was a cup game. They were 2-0, I believe, in cup games. They're now moving to 3-0. I mean, and Sengun and Fred bought out from an overall game perspective. It's deeper than what they shot from the field. From overall game perspective, they bought out. I can say that. 27, 8, and 11 for Fred, and I think Sengun had a triple. Yeah, 22, 10, and 11 for Sengun. And I said earlier today during the top of the show, I mean, as soon as next year or definitely after next season, the Thompson twin will probably be viewed as the Houston Rockets' best player. And they're leaning more to him. I think that 38 minutes is the most minutes that he played in the game all season. He's been in the high 20s for the most part, and if anything, he probably hit low 30s. But to see him play 38 minutes, and Jalen Green, no shot at him or nothing like that, play 23, that tells you what they want to do, and that tells you that he ain't. Listen, if you're not doing what I need you to do, you're not playing good defensively, you're not knocking out your shots from the outside, which Jalen Green looked like he did not do yesterday. 1 for 5 from three, 3 for 9 from three. I'm gonna go ahead and play this young cat that's going to give me steals, that's going to give me blocks, that's going to get to the rim, that's going to make good passes. And he even knocked down a corner three he had late in that game as well. And I was like, shit. Ahmed came off the bench, had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 stocks. 7 stocks, by the way, with 6 for 9 from the field. And listen, let me make sure I'm talking fast, because I could have sworn this is definitely probably the most minutes he played this season. 1,000% of the game. 38 minutes. So he actually did 35 as well against Portland. Damn, he got some good run in November. He averaging 28 minutes per game in November. Played 30 minutes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 out of I want to say 3, 6, 7, 11, 14. 5 out of 14 games. So his minutes starting to trend upwards more and more. 35 and 38 minutes on back-to-back games. 19 and 7 against Portland. 18 and 5, 15 and 8 against Mini. Overall, good game. Before I pass to the OG, another bright spot to point out, not on the Rockets side of things, but on Houston Mini side of things. Mini was up 2. I don't remember if it was overtime or the late in the fourth quarter. They were up 2. It was coming down the court. Rob had a bad turnover. Houston came back again. And then Ant missed that pull up. What
the garage back?
What did Ant shoot? Let me mute OG real quick while he's talking to his wife. Ant shot, I think it was a pull up 3 or some shot Ant missed to make the game. Yeah.
He's like you're talking after the turnover?
Yeah, after the turnover, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the shot on the left wing where he
the
tried
left
to
wing.
pull up.
Yeah. Yep.
Overall, he closed really poorly, man. And it's crazy because he was having a good game. He started that game 8 for 14, and then everything just went left.
Ew, I didn't even know that. So he missed his last 8 shots?
Yeah, he started the game 8 for 14 and missed every shot for the rest of the game and only scored at the free throw line after 8 for 14. And it looked like, again, because he's not fat, but it looked like I'm tired again. Like, it legitimately just looked like he got tight and everything was short. So he was tired. He started missing in that game because he was tired. And that's unacceptable for fourth year, 5th year? What year is he in the league? 5?
Who, Ant? 5, I want to say 5, Ant.
Yeah, 5th year budding superstar. He's got it. Like,
fourth, probably fourth. I think this is 4th.
Nah, he didn't
come
come
in.
5th. Yeah,
5th. Yeah, this is definitely 5th. This is 5th.
He came in before Jalen. Yeah, he can't keep getting tired, bro. That has to stop. Like, I know it, the nerve of me to critique him on like being in shape. Although I'm not like crazy out of shape, but I can't play a full NBA game is my point. That said, that has to stop. He's got to get to a point where he can finish the game just as strong as he started it, night in and night out. Because last night he just got tired and then just couldn't make a shot, couldn't buy a basket. And he was having his way with them.
Yeah, I think you.
Like, he was.
I think you spot on with that. That's. Oh, my bad. I can't hear you. My bad.
Now you good, OG. Go ahead.
If I'm breaking up, let me know. But I think you spot on, and I'm gonna put some of the onus on him. But Finch got to do better too, right? I mean, because I noticed in that third quarter he was dead tired. He played the whole third. I don't think he sat down. I think he played the whole third in a tight game, and I knew the game was going to be tight in the fourth. And I'm like, we got him right where we want him because our guys at that point, because Jabari had a great shout out to Jabari Smith. I'm hard on the nigga, but he had a good game and he carried a lot in that first half. But he was on the bench and Sengun was on the bench too. So I'm sitting there watching it with my son. I said, yeah, Anthony had to go to the bench. He got to take a break. And our dudes are fresh. Our dudes coming in. So I like where we sitting right now. But Finch played 8 dudes last night, man. He played 8 dudes last night. So you got, and again, I'm putting it back on my man, but just come off a long season, we made a deep run in the playoffs, then went to the Olympics, and now he playing here. I'm not making no excuses, but again, Finch has to know what he been through. And sometimes you gonna have to like maybe have to play through a bad stretch without the nigga. But you can't just drive him in the dirt, drive him in the ground, and then expect him to be able to come up and be ready to go in the fourth quarter and in crunch time. That shit tough. Coach, you're gonna have to set me up to be ready for that too. I mean, I thought he played way too many minutes, especially in that third. And then yeah, you just saw him get that nigga couldn't even breathe. He
Yeah,
couldn't even breathe.
OG.
I remember one point looking at him laying on the ground and he got fouled. I'm like, yeah, he taxed. He done. And a lot of
That's
that,
what Ed was
it's a
talking about.
yeah, and it's a nice little segue into why, like I tell you niggas, boy, we ain't the type of niggas you want to run up against if you ain't in good shape. Cause it's gonna be 48 minutes of motherfucking hell. We coming at you, nigga. We coming at you. We coming at your neck, and the pressure don't stop. And when you get tired of seeing tar, you gotta see a man. And when you get tired of seeing a man, you gotta see another. We gonna keep throwing niggas at you the whole motherfucking
Talk your
game.
shit, OG.
Shit. So all that bullshit, when if a nigga ain't in shape, nigga, you better go play somebody else. I'm telling you, cause the nigga, what we got coming, our defense, and this is why I love my team so motherfucking me much, man. A lot of you niggas, but y'all niggas have to depend on true shooting percentage. And if a nigga shot
Oh shit.
48% from three and all that old shit. Nigga, I don't go into no game worrying about how my niggas gonna shoot. I ain't going in there, bitch ass game worried about, okay, well, I hope Jalen. Man, look here, man. I hope the niggas do shoot well. But if they don't, guess what's gonna carry? That motherfucking defense, nigga. Top 3 in the league. Top 2 if you really want to talk some shit. I want to know which one of you know, because I just now started betting on my team. Like I said, it ain't, like, if your team is, matter of fact, earlier this week I said OKC and Golden State. I'm revamping that shit. If your team ain't OKC, nigga, bring it on, nigga. I guarantee your team don't want to see my niggas, man. I promise you that.
Ooh.
Hey, and let me say this.
Oh
Let me
yeah, he
give a little
talking
truth.
good, OG. Okay.
Let, let me give a little props to the other side, because I was on Lil Rob. I was one of the ones saying Lil Rob ain't no point guard, and Lil Rob, man, look here, that nigga was so, that little time that he played last night, he was giving that niggas hell, specifically Fred. He was that little nigga, and my biggest thing with him was, he needs to get a bucket first and play make second. I think that's how you maximize his talent. And niggas is trying to tell me, no, he can play point guard. I still don't know if I believe that, but I have more respect for the nigga in his game and what he can bring to the table. That nigga was tough.
Damn, OG cut out,
Yeah, he
but
went out. Okay, damn, he was spitting.
I agree with everything he said. I agree with everything from the Timberwolves perspective and Coach Finch, not protecting Ant, at times with just running him into the ground, and then like again, the Rockets to me they lack that star because I'm not a Sengun guy. It is what it is. He's a good player. That's where it ends for me though. I firmly like that's just what it is for me. I don't believe in inefficient centers, and he's an
Glad
inefficient
you
center.
for you. I'll make you a deal. Make it work for me and you. But that's all I got, man. I'm proud of my team.
Oh,
Nigga, we locked in on the defensive side of the
OG,
ball. Nigga,
if
we
you
gonna
was just
beat.
talking that whole time,
We
of course you know
missed.
we could
Yeah, we
not hear
missed
you
your
for
last.
about
Yeah,
2
we missed your
minutes.
last 60 seconds. OG, no funny.
No, ain't no motherfucking way. Ah,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
So y'all ain't hear nothing I said about Rob. Y'all ain't hear nothing I said about Rob
we
Dillon.
heard when you started
we
and you
heard
We
stopped.
when you
heard the
started
beginning,
with him.
but like you went out and then you just popped up out of nowhere and wrapped it up. Like that was
Yeah,
crazy.
Okay. All right, so let me start right back. Let me give Rob his props, man, because I was one of the niggas saying that Rob, I wasn't sure if he could play point guard. I always thought he could get a bucket first and play make second. I thought that's how you maximize his talent.
You're an
But like I,
idiot.
like I was saying, I think the little nigga showed me a little something last night. He can get in that paint with the best of them. He can live in that paint with the best of them. But the part that y'all niggas missed that I wanted you to hear was, when we needed a nigga to shut that nigga water off, guess what? We got one. Guess what? We called on number one, Amir Thompson. Sit that nigga right there. Go get him. And guess what, nigga? His water got completely shut off, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got some niggas that can stop and one of y'all niggas, with the exception of a few in this league. I got some niggas that y'all niggas don't want to see. I guarantee you, man. Between Tara and the men, we got two of the best demons, defensive demons in all of basketball. And like I said, man, it ain't but one team right now that I know that just clearly gonna outclass us probably. But I do want to see them again too. That's OKC. So if your team ain't okay in Boston, I don't really talk about the East, but them two right there, if y'all ain't, look
You
here,
not worried
if it
about
ain't one of
Cleveland,
Hold
them
up.
niggas,
Who
OG?
was you
You not
talking
worried
about
about
though?
Cleveland?
Who was
nigga,
you
Oh, go
talking
I'm
ahead.
about?
talking
The
about,
water got
nigga,
cut off.
read between the lines, nigga. I ain't got to tell you. If your team ain't Boston or motherfucking OKC, nigga, I ain't scared of nothing moving, nigga. I ain't scared of nothing moving.
Who was you
Now,
talking about with that
and
water
my
getting cut
money
off,
say that
Quentin?
too, nigga.
He
Now,
was saying Rob. He was saying when Rob
But
had
it,
it going,
OG,
Shaggy.
he said, OG, he
They
said,
were
who,
able to.
who water I
He
mean cut
said
off,
what?
OG?
he cut
He
off
was
Rob
saying
in that fourth
when
quarter.
Rob had it going, were like sick him to Amon, and he shut off Rob's water. And
Nigga,
then also,
after Rob got that turnover, the very next possession, I think he went around Amon for the lay, and they called that bogus foul on Gobert. Stop talking crazy, nigga.
That was a good
That was
fight,
a
and the nigga
bullshit
caught up.
call. He
I
went
remember
right
the
around
play.
Amon. What are you talking about, nigga?
He got around him. A man long enough to catch up. It was right there
He
side by
made the
side.
layup.
And
What are you talking about?
if that sawed off nigga would have shot that layup, I
He
guarantee you a
made the
man would have
layup,
got that
nigga.
shit, nigga. A man would have got that shit. And
He
look here.
made the layup. What are you talking about?
No, but that was after the ref blew the whistle and he took an extra step. A man
Nigga,
was
no, it
right
was
there,
not,
nigga.
nigga. He went clear.
A
He
man
clearly
was
went
right there,
around him.
nigga. A man
He
was right
clearly
there.
went around him. Fuck out of
I
here.
guarantee you right now, that little nigga don't want to see a man
Andrew, that was
Thompson,
not a
nigga.
goddamn
My nigga
foul.
can guard anything from 1 to 4. And I ain't talking about just stay in front. I'm talking about lock the shit up, nigga. My nigga can guard anything from 1 to 4 and lock it up. And you know it, and I know it, and every nigga in here listening know it. And you can't tell me nothing different.
I
Now
don't.
one of y'all niggas can't tell me nothing different, nigga. Not about a man Thompson. Not about a man, nigga. You want to tell
Yeah,
me somebody that
the
one of them?
referee was on some bullshit at the end of that game. They called
See,
that weak
there we
ass
go.
charge.
There we go.
That was not a damn charge. That nigga was clearly moving. Like, come on, bro.
And while I
Nigga,
got
be
you up
real.
here, hold on. While I got you here, because I don't get a chance to talk to you like I need to talk. Say, look here, you always giving 28 hell. Who carried in there? Who brought us home in that second half, nigga? He had 2 points at halftime. What did he end up with? A motherfucking triple double, nigga. Talk to me.
Yeah,
Talk to
whoa,
me,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
nigga.
now.
he had a cool game.
A cool
Yeah,
game.
I'm
A
with
cool
Shag.
game.
I'm ready to speak truth to that. Now, I will say,
Yo, we
OG,
can be honest, bro. He had a cool game. Yeah, he had some
yeah,
great moments, but the game was cool overall. He had some
yeah,
good moments for sure.
and to the credit, I think it's two things I want to say about Sengun last night. Sengun, I respect how much he battled because he could have checked out because he did get fouled a few times and they were not calling it both offensively and defensively. He was getting fouled on both sides of the court, and the refs just were letting them play. But that's the thing, the refs let both teams play. It wasn't just a Sengun thing. It wasn't just Minnie gets to play and Houston anytime y'all even get too close to a jersey, we're calling a foul. It wasn't that. They let both teams play. I
Yeah, I
will
prefer it that
still
way,
say this
but go
though.
ahead.
Sengun, the bunnies, gotta stop missing them. Because there was a pivotal point, and I think this is why Shaggy and I'm in agreement with Shaggy why he's calling it. He had a cool game in the fourth quarter where it was really closing time. You know how that nigga missed 4 shots in a row, and one of them was a midi. Two of them were like literally give me layups, and then the fourth was the three he took, and it was like, bruh, like they had a stretch where Fred was literally doing. Fred played the best first 3 quarters I've seen the nigga play to have such a bad fourth quarter. Fred was just awful in the fourth.
That
Everything he
nigga was
shot.
point shaving in that fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
it was bad. It was real bad.
That
But
nigga
then
was
you
point
go,
shaving. I'm like between him and Dylan, but more so Fred. I'm like, nigga, are you trying to fuck the game off? These just pull up threes where ain't nobody touching
yeah,
the ball. Then you just coming up shooting, just jacking these motherfucking threes. That nigga there, I ain't that. I could have sworn that. I say this nigga point shaving, man. This nigga got something on this game, man. Because it didn't make no motherfucking sense. It made no sense. But he like I said, to your point, the first 3 quarters, shit, it was spot on. But that fourth quarter. I don't know what. It almost felt like he was saying to himself, "I got to bring us home. I got to do it." And that shit there almost cost us a game. And then and then on Sengun. especially to start that overtime. Gobert come in there with 5 fouls. And this nigga start the fourth quarter off taking a fadeaway shot, going away from the basket, not going at Sengun. And then his next shot was a 3-pointer. So I'm like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we
Yeah.
doing? And so, yeah, he had his moments, but overall, I think he did what he needed to do when we needed it. And then I also like this. He's starting to talk a little shit now, too. He's starting to talk a little shit. So come on with it, man. I love to see my nigga talk shit like that. I love to see my nigga have confidence in themselves. This team right now, bro, I couldn't be happier, bro. I could not be happy. Ain't nothing they can tell me right now. Now, we need some, I will say this. With all that being said, we ain't finna contend for shit. I'm not finna try to come in here and lie and say we won, we can win it all. No, we can't do that. We gotta learn what it feel like to get in the playoffs and be there and compete it from that standpoint. But I will tell you this, nigga, this team is on the rise. Uh, we ain't too far off. If we can get any, and I ain't just trying to shit on Jalen Green, but if this team can get anything consistent out of Jalen Green, man, say, we talking about something, man. We talking about something for real. But that's all I got, man. Amin Thompson, shout out to Amin Thompson. Shout out the whole group as a whole. But it started there. Tari didn't have a good game. Jalen didn't have a good game. Jabari carried that first half in particular. And we pulled it out. Nigga, we jumped out, hit a nigga in the mouth. Nigga came back, hit us in the mouth. We took it on the chin and pulled the game out, nigga. That's what we do, nigga. Houston motherfucking Rockets, nigga. Man, happy Thanksgiving to you niggas too. I'm about to go in this
Yeah.
dentist. I'm about to go in this dentist office right quick, so I ain't gonna be able to talk. But y'all go ahead on. Y'all heard what I had to say. El, the floor is yours, nigga. And if anybody want to bet anything on my Rockets at any point in time, let me know. Just shoot me a DM or whatever, nigga. I'm pretty much gonna accept it, whatever it is.
Yeah. All right, OG. I'm glad. All right, OG. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. That's a nigga that's confident in his team. I can't blame him though. Uh, Mike, what's the word, Mike? How you feeling today, bro?
Chilling was good.
What's the word with you? All right, next game on the slate, y'all. We had the Spurs versus the Jazz, bro.
Damn, we skipped
All right.
many. Hold on, how the fuck we skip many?
What you mean? How we skip many? That was the game we were just on.
Damn,
Unless you add us.
why niggas not talking about them? Them niggas suck, bro. Like we need to have a conversation about many, bro. Real shit. Them niggas are ass. Like this shit ain't looking too good, bro. I'm worried a little bit.
I'm gonna ask
Nah,
y'all
I mean,
again. Did they make a mistake? Did they make a mistake and get rid of the wrong nigga? I mean, cause I saw that
Yeah, they
Julius
did.
Randle shit, bro. That shit is broke, man.
Yeah,
That
they
shit
did.
broke.
They did.
no, 1000%.
Hold on, who's the wrong? Who should they have got rid of?
Nobody. They should have kept the same team.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair way of looking at it. But I think they really had no choice. They didn't
Nah, they
have a
had a
choice.
choice.
No, they
They had
didn't because of the new CBA, their roster, they were going to be a second apron team, and it just wasn't worth it. And they were going to start losing players. Like they
All
were going
right,
to get
so then
worse either
you
way. They
so
would have,
that's why you have a GM for a reason. Go look at your books and go review your role players, and then
and
you
that's what
switch
he
out
did.
some
That's
role. No, they didn't move a role player. They moved a franchise player.
Bro,
yeah,
this why I'm at with
yeah.
it, bro. I'm with
You
man.
don't do
I
Moving
that.
just
cat,
disagree
moving
with
cat.
the approach.
Moving Cat wasn't the right move. Period. It
That's
wasn't.
it. To me, it was.
It
That was just too much
was.
money.
They just moved
I
him for
need
the
to know.
wrong
What I
player.
want to know now is, did they have any other deals on the table? Was anything else available? That's what I want to know.
I mean,
They
the
would
only
have had to. They would have had to have other. There's no way they just looked at that Julius Randle trade. It was like, yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll snatch that. We'll take that. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I
I
could
just
be
think they
wrong.
moved him for the wrong player. Cause I'm fine with moving Cat, given the current situation. The league and the cap is just moved him for the wrong player.
They haven't been to a conference final in 20 years. You made your first conference final in 20 years, and you move one of your best players on the team. You don't do that. Not. I don't give a fuck about no cap situation. None of that. You go move some role players and you create some cap space. But you keep that core together.
I mean,
That core got there for a reason.
ultimately, they just
You
felt
gotta
like
believe in the ceiling of the core, though. I don't think they believe that with Cat
Well, then they're
being
not
there
smart.
for.
Then, well, then they're
Okay,
not
I
smart.
listen to you
Well,
though,
you
Mike.
can't say
Like,
they're not.
let me say what I'm saying.
They're not smart.
Okay, regardless, I think they looked at Cat as the 4, knowing the implications, because a big part of why they were so successful last year was that depth, and it's not easy to replace depth in this NBA if you are in cap hell, because like
Okay,
role players are
I can get
still,
with you on that.
yeah, role players are still
They're
getting
important.
paid. It's
They're
not just
important.
vet men's.
Yeah, the role players are important. I'm just saying, when context matters, and when you're a team who's not used to that level of success, you got to try to keep your main core together to try to run it back, because it's not easy to duplicate. It's not, because
I feel that.
if you want to die on the hill, okay, yeah, there was Cap, whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. Julius Randle to me is not. He's not helping them get back to the Western Conference Final, in my opinion.
I
Yep.
agree with you there for sure.
Not
Ab,
just
I
him, but
heard you
all
try
them niggas suck.
chiming
J
in.
Mac is ass. The other dude, Chisholm was ass. Like
What's
all them
their
niggas
record
suck.
right now?
I
They
think
under
they
500.
under
They
500.
8-9 now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I
January
mean,
is when I really start to assess, but I get it like that. I didn't like the switch. My bad. Go ahead, Ev.
now you good, you good. I'm all for everybody talking. Like I said, I understand why they did it. They looked at their roster flexibility and the cap situation for the upcoming seasons. Also had to take care of Nas. Can't remember if Nas got paid before or after, but either way, they still tied into it. And they said, look, we're going to choose Rudy no matter what. We're going to have Rudy to anchor our
That
defense.
niggas in Alabama.
Realistically, we're going to have to trade. We're going to have to trade Cat, and I think the package back is just probably not going to be good enough to have Minnesota be that competitive team or as good as the team they were last year. That Randall and Dante, especially the way Dante is playing right now compared to how he was last year, and then Randall just being who he is. Cat is just a better player than Randall to me.
Straight up.
Simple put.
Straight up.
Yeah, Cat is better player than Randall. So yeah, man. I mean, I understand why they did the trade. They're thinking about the flexibility in the future, or really after the season. But I gotta meet you real quick, Mike. After this season, but far as this season, nah. I mean, it is what it is. But I understand why they did what they did, Mike. I ain't mad at them, but I would have ran it again for another year. Fuck it. I mean, why not? And if I gotta trade somebody else off, then you entertain that. But I would at least let Ant, Cat, Rudy, and I'm running again. And also J Mac is not taking no leap offensively. That's another issue that you got to look
Bro,
at. J
I've
Mac is
been
not
saying
taking
it.
no leap
That's what
offensively.
Shaggy said.
I've
That
been
dude
saying it. He
he's
suck.
buns, man.
Yeah, he's not
And
taking
he's
no
taking
leap.
a
Simple.
step
He's
back
ass.
defensively. He's not
Yep.
getting better offensively, and he's getting worse defensively. He's not. That's
Bro,
one
every
of
time he was
those.
on the 3-point line, no
Oh
matter where
my
he was at the Rockets,
God,
was
that's
perfectly
just
fine
such
when he
a
was letting it
bad
waddle.
player right now.
Yeah.
He's a bad player. And that more than anything, like to Mike's point with the Cat, the assessment of moving some of the role players to try to make it work and building around just having the 3 maxes, paying J-Mac and deciding that, hey,
Somebody talking?
J-Mac is a part of the future more than Cat, because J-Mac still, granted, it was 20 some million per, and it in terms of like where the cap is and the like contracts, 25 per, not too crazy, but for that player it sucks. He's not like he's not worth that, man. Or he hasn't played to that level this year, and that has really hurt their team. They could have won last night if J-Mac could hit anything. Like literally one more shot from J-Mac in regulation wins them the game. He couldn't hit anything and had multiple opportunities wide open. And it's it's bad, man. It's to the point where you know how the old niggas, they'll be like, when they see a certain person shoot, he with us, yell out he with us or start the break. Like that's where J-Mac is right now, bro. It's bad. Real bad. Bro, he left his chair. Oh, he back.
Yeah. Hello. All right.
Yeah, we
I'm
hear
back. All right. My bad. I'm back. Um. Hold on. Hold on, guys. All right. All right. Next game, we had the Utah Jazz versus the San Antonio Spurs. I didn't watch none of this game at all. I know Wemby has been picking up his offensive play as of like the last 6-7 games. Ultimately in this game, Wemby had 34 and 7, or 13 for 23. Castles continue to hoop, look like a hit for the Spurs draft pick wise. I love him. Well, I like him a lot. He had 23 and 5 last night. CP also game in with 14 points. Typically, we have around 8 to 10 assists, but finished that game with 4 assists with 3 steals. I don't know if BJ want to chime in on anything. John Collins continued to have a good, solid season for the Jazz, 20 and 13 last night. Keontae George had 26 points and 7 assists, his best offensive game this season, 6 for 12 from 3. Colin Sexton, 20 points, and then Laurie came in with 14 points, 5 for 14. So again, a Bryce Sensabaugh, it looked like he had a good game as well off the bench. 4 for 6, 7 for 3, 6 11 from the field, and then 16 points overall. So I don't know if BJ is active, but again, I did not see none of this game at all. So BJ, are you active?
I don't know why they was mad at your Jazz take yesterday, man.
I don't know why they was either. To be honest, that was one of the most confusing ones for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's who you compare them to, not the take itself. They have good. They have good. They have young prospects. See what you get out of them. You comparing them to the Magic is the only thing I had an issue with. I said if you compare them to the Blazers, I would have been lock and step with you. That's it. I'm crazy.
I'm with you. Understandable.
Keontae did make me eat
What's
my
it?
words
What's
yesterday.
his name gonna win Rookie of the Year though? Castle will win that Rookie of the Year.
Nah, we can place a little friendly wager on that.
Who you think
I
gonna win it?
don't agree with you.
Who you think gonna win it?
I think he's behind two people. I think he's behind Jared, and it's another rookie. I'm forgetting his name.
I just seen that. I don't know if that mattered to you or not, but the NBA.com joint have him at number 2.
Has Castle two.
Yeah,
Who they have one? That might be the other guy I'm saying.
Jared.
Oh, they had Jared one. Nah, it's somebody else. Maybe whoever they had 3. But I thought he would have been ahead. So I guess Castle overtaking him. That means something. But
McCain
we'll
definitely
talk.
got it. Unless he has a real bad fall off. I don't see nobody else taking it over him right now.
That's right now. I was about to say that's early to say. Dalton
Yeah,
is
it's
not winning
early.
it. Dalton is not winning it, Quan.
Dalton Connect?
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility. I don't want to get crazy like that, and especially with JJ Redick comments yesterday after the game where he said, let me tell you why though. He said that it's easier he feel like it may be easier for Dalton to get a rhythm when he starts, and it's gonna be something they entertain to look at. So he may end up starting. I don't know what they're gonna do,
Okay.
whether that's Reddish, whether that's Rui. I would assume probably Cam. But Reeves and Dalton in the backcourt with LeBron, man, that team is just.
Let me see. It's early for a lot of these conversations, so I'll probably reserve my comments on the rookie of the year. But the JJ Redick, I'm gonna say he's a funny guy, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean that roster is not good. We just let the LeBron fans and Lakers fans.
How long we been saying that though, Shaggy?
No, they don't see it in here. You let the
How long we
LeBron
been
fans.
saying this Laker roster, and they changing the roster every summer. So that's a broken record
It's
point
just
right
not
there.
fucking good, bro. Like it's not good. Oh, they said Cam Reddish out 3 to 4 weeks. Wow.
Cam Thomas.
Oh, that's Cam Thomas. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So that's that for
unfortunate.
that game. I don't know if Jordan. I mean, I said not Jordan. I don't even know if Byron got anything to say about that Lakers game yesterday. I mean, but I had the Suns winning for obvious reasons. When them 3 guys are healthy and they're playing basketball, they win. It's just that simple. When they're healthy and they're playing
That's a
basketball, they
fact.
win.
Bro,
That's a
I woke up
fact.
this morning. I seen some crazy highlights from that game, bro. KD made them niggas run into each other like that though.
Well, they was cooking them, bro.
Bro,
No funny.
Bro.
When this man Katie went into the paint, did like a spin. He did like a spin and then shot the ball. Like it was ridiculous, bro. Bill hooped his ass off. He took advantage of his one-on-one opportunities. Also, his outside shot shooting from the three. Devin Booker overall just had a good playmaking game. Got hot in the third quarter, late third quarter. I want to say scored like
Point
9
Booker.
straight points. Yeah, Booker 26 points, 10 assists. Overall, just a good game from all them guys, bro. So, I mean, when Booker, Bill, and KD is playing like that, and you can get Nurk to be a man in the middle with 12 rebounds, and you can get Tyus Jones giving you 6 assists, 5 steals. Royce 9 and 9 off the bench, 3 for 6 from three. Grayson, I mean, it's really no complaints. Overall, it was a good game from the Suns yesterday, and the Lakers just didn't look good, bro. I don't know. I mean, and the
Hey,
bad thing about it is, my last thing, Wes, Bron has to play point guard this season. He is now the point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Bro, we knew that for the
I,
past 3 seasons
I,
though.
Been like
I
that
don't
for
see,
3 years, man.
I don't see how. Like he's too old to have so much load and weight on his shoulders throughout this regular season. And when you look at their roster, you see D'Lo and Gabe and Max and Dalton and Jackson and Cam and Rui and Reeves. Where's the consistent offense? Like outside of AD, I don't know, bro. So I mean,
But Ed,
I,
you know what's so crazy? You sound like how you sounded 2021, bro.
no, I believe it. I know. I'm well aware. I'm just saying.
That's the
Yeah, I'm just
thing.
saying.
Like this, like that's a continuous theme with this team, and they switched up the roster multiple times. 2021, we were saying LeBron was old. He shouldn't have had this load. And at that time, AD wasn't playing to the level he was playing now. All right, so now AD is playing up to the level we expect him to. Outside of that, you're not getting. I'm not a Reeves guy. Austin Reeves, he has moments, but I don't see him being the third guy after LeBron and AD. I just don't see it. D'Angelo Russell is nothing to talk about. Who else? I mean, it just is what it is with that team, bro. And you changing out coaching every year too, so this is what you get. The Suns, like you said, the Suns though, to give them their credit, when all three of them are playing, they're very hard to beat. I'm glad they didn't panic in the all season. I don't think they really had a choice anyway, but as long as healthy is always the key word when it comes to everything now. Obviously, if everybody's healthy, you would love to see peak competition with everybody on the court. I just like the roster they got together. I'm not a Budenholzer guy, but he got them playing good basketball from a ball motion standpoint. Uh, and I like Booker. I like Booker when he's in a facilitator role.
Mm-hmm.
I think the offense flows a lot better. But we saw glimpses of that when CP3 was out for a significant amount of time and he played the point guard position. But I like when Booker is able to go out there and facilitate. So I just hope they can stay healthy and we can see them be at least a top team in the West.
Yep. Same here. What you about to chime in and say, Wes?
my fault. I was about to say, if Durant can meet the game requirement, he's gonna have a real shot at MVP this year,
Kirk, yeah,
and it would
agreed.
be one of the best like story. Because I know people are going and he probably won't win, but still, in terms of like the spirit of the award, most valuable, like truly understanding that. That's the most valuable guy in the league in terms of to his team. It's him and Jokic. Like to me,
Yeah, because what was
and
their record without KD?
Brad, they lost every game but one. They lost every game but one. Mike,
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
they were like 1-7 or 1-6 without him. And I
Mm.
mean, they were such a different team. So, and even last night in the first half, due to the minutes restriction, he had played too long in the first half. So the last like 5 minutes of the second quarter, he just sat. Bruh, they went from completely controlling the game. It was only a 9-point lead for them, but they were controlling the game. Like they were clearly outclassing the Lakers to completely losing the reins. And it's like, goodness gracious, like Durant is special. What he's doing, and I don't feel like he gets talked about enough. Being in what is it for him? Year 18? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's year
Yeah.
17 for us, so it's year 18 for him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about it enough, man. Him playing at this level, him putting his team in this type of position when he's on the court. When he's on the court, the
Not
Phoenix
normal.
Suns in the regular season can beat anybody. And
It's
when he's
not
not on the
normal.
court, they're terrible.
Yeah,
That's
what
a lottery
KD is
team,
doing.
bro.
Yeah, what KD is doing is remarkable, bro. I still believe KD. Of course, as he ages on, but he wasn't. A lot of people don't come back after that Achilles injury and play what they used to, or even better. Like KD got way more efficient after his Achilles injury. Like just from a basketball standpoint, if you look at his game, the way he scored, he even not to say that he was a cone or anything like that. Defensively, he's just locking in. KD is just remarkable, dog. It's not too much you can say. He definitely deserves a case for MVP to be in the conversation. It's going to be hard to bump Jokic with the historical shit he doing. What he's doing is just insane, bro. So it'll be hard to top him, but he'll definitely deserve to be in the conversation.
Yep, I will say it, fellas. I agree with both of y'all, Wes and Mike. So I appreciate y'all. Weekly top 10 NBA power rankings is there on the title. Probably gonna take that out and save that for next week Wednesday, so we can have 2 weeks to look at information and also assess teams and look at some things that took place and whatnot. Again, I do have an episode of recording in 2 hours, so I'm sort of kind of gonna make this store run and then prep for that. And if you are in here, y'all don't forget to like this video, and also don't forget to that subscribe button. My last question to y'all though before I dip, chat and stage. I seen a tweet today. Bill Simmons said, let me know if y'all agree. Y'all probably seen it. Caitlin Clark is a bigger star than any NBA player that's 30 and under, I think it said. Do y'all agree with that?
No.
1000%.
Not at all.
Oh, Wes said he do.
No.
Wait, Shaggy, who
No.
she not bigger than?
She's not bigger than Luka Doncic.
She's not better. She's not bigger than LaMelo Ball, bro. Y'all gotta chill.
Yes, she is.
Nah,
Yes,
okay,
she
bro.
is. She is better than. She's
not.
bigger than
She's
LaMelo.
not
He
gay.
tripping.
Yes,
She's
she
bigger
is.
than
No,
LaMelo.
in terms of what?
She's
terms
not
of
bigger
what?
than Luca in terms of the
She's not bigger
world.
than Luka Doncic at all.
Not in terms of the world. He's bigger in terms of like the world because he has a whole country behind him. But in America, she's 1000% bigger than
Bro,
Luca.
I thought bro, y'all gotta stop doing that. When statements are made like that, he's talking about the world.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
basketball
think I don't think
basketball
He's not
has
people.
talking about America. He's
expanded
talking about
I
the
beyond the
mean,
world.
United
Bill
States,
Simmons. I
bro.
don't think Bill Simmons is truly. He made. I
Bro,
think
I hate
if
when y'all do
anything,
this,
he
bro.
misspoke, or he should have added more context. Because I guarantee you,
When we
he's
say
thinking
bigger,
from a
West, nobody
USA.
just says within the United States, bro.
I guarantee you he's taking that because nobody in the WNBA would be bigger in terms of the world.
But that's the point. Yeah,
He's
that's the basketball
but
is
that's why
bigger.
I'm saying I think he just didn't add the proper context. I guarantee you,
Man,
like
he
if
gotta
Well,
add
we
that
gotta take
context
a
for me.
man at his
that's
words,
fair.
bro.
He gotta what? Because basketball is worldwide. It's not just America.
Yeah, but the
That's why my answer
WNBA
is no.
isn't worldwide the same way the NBA is. So
Man,
they're losing immediately. They're already starting 3 notches below, if not more.
If you
Like
was
that's
to ask, if you was to
Fact.
ask the average fan who's bigger, Luca or Caitlin Clark, what would you think they would say, Wes?
in
Honestly.
America, they're saying Caitlin Clark.
No, she's not bigger though.
I agree. I think that in America, she's bigger than Luca right now.
That's not even
Right now,
true.
I think that if
All right. Hold on. Let me just play the clip, y'all. Let me play the clip. That'll make it better. Let me play the clip. I think I'm lagging. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let me play the clip.
Toward just the quality of play. Is Caitlin Clark a bigger under 30 star than any under 30 star in the NBA?
Yes,
I think she is.
absolutely.
Too. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's a
and
debate.
her stardom, in a way, it has changed many conversations about sports. I feel like, especially women's sports.
I literally did not care about women's college basketball 10 years ago in any way, shape, or form. So I think some things have moved toward just the quality of play is more fun to watch, but she seems to be some sort of catalyst that is just, it's like before and after, and now we're in the after.
Part of it has to do with it's real difficult now for a guy to become famous in basketball at the collegiate level, but it still seems very plausible for a woman to do
Well,
that.
this is everyone's
Yeah,
made this
yeah.
point, and it's super important, but you have this history with these women's players in college for 3 years, kind of have a sense of their game. So when they come in the WNBA, you know what they can do.
Okay, so any players? So y'all heard
Under
that?
30.
Yeah, under 30 years old.
No,
I
man.
still disagree though. Like when you
No.
talk about relative to her
Yeah, I
league,
ain't
I
gonna lie.
can
I think
see
that's kind
that.
of disrespectful to say.
But like nigga, we talk about NBA in the United States. Luka Doncic, come on. We talk about what
Somebody
we talking
talking.
about.
Twin talking.
Yo, can you hear me?
Between this talk, I hear you. I just
Yeah, we can
when
check
y'all
it.
say the Luca thing, bro. And granted, again, I don't think his quote is a good quote. I think he, especially to be Bill Simmons, he could have said that way, 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 way better. But I think I understand what he's saying. And again, to Mike's point, I should be taking him at his word. But at his word, I don't agree with him. When I frame it in the way I think he meant it, and the way I would have said it myself, when it comes to Caitlin, she brings more eyes to her sport than anybody in the NBA under 30. And I'm sorry, like even Wimby doesn't bring the same eyes that Caitlin brings to her sport.
And
She is
he's not going to
more
that. He's not doing that.
integral to she's more integral to ratings and to like just driving the fandom of around her sport than anybody under 30 in the
Let me
NBA.
say
And
this.
I think that's
Let
what
me
it
say
is.
this because I'm not gonna fake the funk. I don't watch women's basketball, therefore I don't speak on it. But I am aware of the stardom that she has. Like what Bill Simmons said, 100% is he know what he doing by saying that, but it don't hold no weight because in terms, if you want to switch it to what you're saying, Wes, that's fine. But I'm just going off what he said. Like it's no way that she's bigger than Luca. She's not. She's just not, dog.
Like when you talk about off the court, and if you want to talk about like
When
maybe
people say bigger, they're talking
advertisement.
about everything.
No,
They're
but
talking
I'm
about
saying
in
I'm trying
terms
to
of
give him
everything.
bail though. Like if he's talking about maybe off the court and the advertisement she's getting and how more like more in advertisements, more commercials, more glam, all of that. Yeah, maybe I can see that. But when you talk about stardom and who's bigger as a as a
But that's
name,
what makes you a star, though, Tween. The
it just
people.
can't be commercials though.
No,
That
it's
goes to
not though.
likability.
She's a
She might be
no,
more likable than a Luka
no,
Doncic, but that
no,
don't
not
mean
just
she's
that.
bigger.
Listen again. When you are in, like, I guarantee you, bro. I promise you. If you pose a 60-year-old grandma, white lady, she and ask her Luka Doncic or Caitlin Clark, I guarantee you in a landslide they would know Caitlin more. And I think that goes to his point. It's in terms of the fan bases and like the fact that they're just more NBA fans than WNBA fans. Yes, Luka may win on popularity in terms of how many people know him, depending on who you poll. If you poll people who do not watch the NBA and ask them about these two people, I guarantee you Caitlyn wins in a landslide in terms of recognition. More people because she's a bigger star. Luka is not a star in the U. He's not a fucking star. He's a star basketball player. He's not a star. Caitlyn is crossing over into being a star, not just a star in her sport, but a star. Period.
I get what you're saying.
And
I get what you're saying.
so
In
that's
that
where I
context,
think
I
it
get what
is.
you're saying. But uh, if Bill would have framed it that way, I probably would have given him a little bit more leverage on that. But I think because NBA still trumps the WNBA at the end of the day. I understand that Caitlin Clark's name holds a lot of weight. That's undeniable. But when you start talking about in comparison to NBA players, that's where it gets murky.
Nah, you'll be surprised, bro. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Like
I feel
you'll
like
be
we can.
surprised.
I don't know. I feel like he's not really. I don't know. Like he made a general statement, and he's not really like you can't really articulate like fact check what it's like. You feel me? What he's saying because he made it
Yeah,
very
because that's subjective too. Like you'll
exactly.
have to bring up your own criteria as in terms of why this one is better. Like you didn't really do that. You can see
But
we
Wes,
can all see and
what Wes
feel
just said,
whatever.
I agree with. Like the Luka is a basketball star. I agree with that. That's why I don't say no. Y'all, man, listen. Every time we have one of these star conversations, I go to LaMelo Ball. Y'all be playing with who the fuck LaMelo Ball is outside of basketball. That man is big as fuck
Facts.
That's why I
outside of
say it goes
basketball.
back to shit. That's why I say it goes back. Some of
That
these
goes to fan
conversations are
base. That goes
subjective.
to
I think he got like
fan
11
base
million
and
followers on Instagram, and that's not just because of fucking basketball. Like he's been a star. Like, y'all be getting too
But
disrespectful. She's not bigger.
Shaggy, he been
She's
a
not bigger
star
in
prior to
America.
him
She's
he
not
was
getting
a
more famous in
reality
drafted.
America than LaMelo
TV. He
Ball.
played
He
like
was
in
on
3 different
reality
leagues.
TV
Yeah.
That's
prior,
what I'm
Shaggy.
saying. She's not bigger than
That
LaMelo Ball
goes
in America. It's not true.
I
Nah,
agree
she
with
might
that.
be. She
Nah,
might
she
be.
not. She not. LaMelo AAU circuit. When we talk about international, he played in Australia. Then he went to Slovenia. Then he went to did a
Y'all be
reality
playing who
TV
he is,
show.
bro.
You
But
feel me?
y'all
Like
just said
he
you
touched
just
every
y'all just
realm. If
said
you just say the United States, oh maybe I give you CC over that. But if you talk about everywhere, like
yeah,
international audience,
but that's your assessment. You just said there's really no real gauge on how to gauge a star.
exactly. I agree. Like it's you gotta define a star and articulate it how you
Yo,
wonder. Does
Justin,
it
this niggas
goes
be
to
getting crazy.
does
Chad, he
like
still got that same hype right now. He still has that same thing right now. He's been carrying Puma for years. Niggas buying Pumas because of fucking LaMelo Ball. Like, stop getting crazy, bro.
we gonna act like Pumas ain't go crazy back with the Ewings? Like you said, I don't remember that era.
Nah, nah, I don't remember that.
You wasn't outside. That's the problem.
Probably wasn't.
Yeah, she
Uh,
definitely up there for sure, but he, I don't, man. When people make statements like that, I'm thinking worldwide.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm with Shaggy on that, but
Yeah,
it.
I agree. Worldwide, she isn't. And how you feel about it though? I know you
nah,
know.
I'm 50-50 with it because her rise to, and I'm mad it was so late. Um, but it's really just because she was in the WNBA, you know what I'm saying? But she turned so many heads from last year March to now. Like she turned so many heads, losing to LSU and then coming back and beating LSU, and like she turned so many heads, bro. Beating South Carolina that same year, like that's some shit that was like nigga, nobody doing that, and not some white girl from that's playing for freaking Iowa. Like that's not happening. Those are some you know what I'm saying. To beating UConn this year, yeah, this year is crazy. How fast this year fly by. Um, Man, Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest stars in the world right now, bro.
That's a
Uh,
fact. That's a fact.
Basketball, period. I don't care if it's women or men's. She's one of the biggest stars in the world. So when I initially heard his statement, I know Shaggy's thinking worldwide. I know Mike's thinking worldwide, maybe even Twin. I didn't. My brain didn't populate to think worldwide. I'm just thinking NBA players 29 and under right now, in this and where we are, the U.S. She. It is a case for her to be the biggest because I agree with you, Wes. People are more tapping in or ready to watch a Caitlin Clark game right now than a Wemby game. And it's wild to think about, but that's actually true. And outside of Wemby, who can you think of? Tatum, Luca,
We gotta
SGA,
stop
John
naming
Morant,
Wemby. Respectfully,
and
he's not that
Anthony
big, bro.
Edwards.
No
But either
dish. Stop naming Wemby.
the other names that I say after him, they're not bigger than him anyway. So it don't really matter. They're not. No, they're not. It doesn't really matter. Tatum and SGA, Ja, like who's going to compete 29 and under?
So
That's
they're
how I
not
look
bigger than
at it.
who? Can you hear me? You said they're not bigger than who?
I'm saying they're not. They're I can say them before Wemby or after Wemby. It don't really matter. I can say Wemby or not say Wemby.
I don't like the Wemby name. I don't think he's that fucking big. Maybe I'm not tapped in, but I don't think he's that big right now. No
That's
diddy.
just not. That's Wemby. Wemby. What do you mean? Wemby is a big player. Like what?
What are you
I
talking
don't,
about,
I don't think
Shaggy?
he is,
He's
bro.
big in his sport. I think to Shaggy's point,
That's what I'm
outside of
saying. He's big in
basketball,
basketball. Not
nobody gives a fuck about Wemby. And I think
exactly.
that's kind of
That's what
the
I'm saying.
point that Bill Simmons, again, although I don't think he articulated himself well, and again, the nerve of me to critique him for articulating, but I don't think he did that well enough. But again, yeah, Caitlyn is a bigger star outside of her sport. Like Caitlyn I'm not saying she's there yet, but she's entering the oh, you're Caitlin Clark who plays basketball. Also, but you're Caitlin Clark.
And
And
what city does she play
basketball is what you
basketball in?
do,
Real quick.
as opposed
Indiana.
to
She's in Indiana, right?
Yeah.
All right,
My
so
bad,
real
Wes.
quick,
Oh, good.
we gotta stop. We gotta stop with the where these players play at. That doesn't matter. If you're a star, you're gonna be a star regardless of what city you play in. If this girl is playing in Indiana, Wemby being in San
right.
Antonio don't matter.
And that's a word, Mike. The short Bro, the
It
shorty
don't
went to
matter.
Iowa, bro. She went to college. She went to
No,
college in Iowa.
that's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah.
somebody said
Yeah,
that
these
doesn't
niggas are
help that
killing.
Wemby is in San Antonio, and I'm like, that shit don't
It
matter.
has shit to do with that, man. And that actually speaks more to the point of what,
Yeah, what
again, I
makes her a
think
star? Yeah,
Bill was saying. Yeah, you can, if you put Wemby in LA, sure, Wemby's a bigger star, but it's also not because of Wemby alone, it's because of the market. You put Wemby in New York, yeah, sure, Wemby's a bigger star, but that's not the case. You can put, bro, you could have put
I
her
think you could put a.
anywhere.
What I'm saying is, you could put a star in any
Anywhere.
city. I don't
Yeah,
care what
bro.
city it is.
Raleigh, North Carolina could start a NBA franchise or WNBA franchise, and you put Caitlyn over there,
It'll be the same thing.
it's lit, nigga. It's popping.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing.
Like what? Like she's insane, man. But again, I still get it. I understand because she's just in a smaller league, so for her to be a bigger star, she has to mean 3 times
Yes.
and maybe 4
Up to,
times what these other guys mean outside of their sport.
yep.
And we don't
I mean,
have
yeah,
the
you got
data
a good
to
point.
check
You
that.
got a good point. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That was a good point
Sway,
you made though, right? That was a good point.
Swayze, to respond to you, I think you're talking to me. So to your point, would Juju have the same effect as Clark did? I don't know. I don't think Juju had the same effect as Clark did because I don't think Juju be bigger than CC what CC was in college. Juju's obviously really big and going to be really big, especially by her junior year, which is next season. But she's not going to eclipse what CC was. So nah, I don't think so either. Just to respond back to you, but shout out to Juju though. She's definitely next up. She's definitely bringing a lot of eyes to the game. But CC felt like damn near must watch basketball on a game to game basis. So I don't think people feel like that about Juju at the moment.
Hey, Ev, real quick. I don't want to get off the topic real quick because I know we about 3 hours in. Have y'all discussed NFL MVP already?
One of them days during the show, I mean, like a random, probably like not like a set. Hey, who's your
Not
MVP?
like
Who's
a
your MVP?
set.
Who's your MVP? Like, nah, we didn't do nothing like that.
Okay.
But
It's not a discussion though. Not a discussion. It's Lamar Jackson.
we had Lamar talks. We had some people say Josh Allen. That's pretty much it.
All right, that's cool. That's
But
all I want to know.
it's basically.
Saquon making a
Let's tap
push
into
though.
it. Let's get into it. Come on, let's get
Saquon
into
got
I'm
it.
not.
people on his
I'm
We
not
need to have
entertaining
this
no.
conversation.
I'm not entertaining no Saquon stuff.
I'm not entertaining no Saquon
Yeah, I'm
talks.
not entertaining no
None.
Saquon stuff.
Why
We can
why
Zero.
get into
why
this
why
conversation.
not?
I'm
Why
not me
not? Why
personally. I'm
not?
not
No,
entertaining no
because
Saquon talks
we
either. Me
do this
personally.
every year. They want to insert somebody when we about November off a crazy game. No, he's not in that conversation. I'm sorry,
All
he's
right.
not. If he wasn't in it already 3-4 weeks ago, don't insert him now.
I
Sorry,
do have to dip though. I will start the playback room if anybody want to talk. Feel free.
I got
I
to dip
don't.
it.
Yeah, start the playback.
Okay.
Start the playback.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know who
start
gonna
a
talk.
playback.
But Mike, I'll start it for
I
whoever.
mean,
You
Mike,
sit
start
start
the
the
there.
playback. We
playback.
need to
You
start
start
this
the playback.
MVP shit.
All right, hold on.
We'll
Get
do
some
it
of this
after.
quarterback shit in general, man.
All right,
Okay,
that's a
hold
bet.
on. I'm starting it right now. Anybody that's in here, guys, is going to move to playback.tv/facts and stats. Again, I'm going to move to playback.tv/facts and stats. I'm going to put that on the bottom. It's also on the description in the YouTube page. Again, it's playback.tv/facts and stats. Thank y'all for coming through to the show today. Started off chill, but it picked up. Overall, it was a good show regardless to me. Thank y'all for all the support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you don't already. The next show for sure will be Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Thursday, can't guarantee tomorrow what tomorrow will look like. But either way, playback.tv/facts and stats. The room is now live. Thank y'all for all the support. I'm going to listen to what they about to say and playback. Rather than I'm going to make some runs and get ready to record this episode. So thank y'all. Join the playback room, playback.tv/facts and stats. The room is now live. And it's an app you can easily download too. And it's free to join the room. It don't cost no money to join the room. It's free to sign up and join the room.